Dreaming of a 6-night getaway to paradise? Escape to the islands of Tahiti and Moorea with Air Tahiti Nui, the world's most immersive travel experience. This all-inclusive vacation package is designed to take you to a tropical haven, starting with non-stop flights from Los Angeles or Seattle to Tahiti. From the vibrant cabins to the warmth of our Polynesian crew, you will be transported to Tahiti from the moment you step on board. Your package includes luxurious hotel stays, ensuring that your experience is as comfortable as it is enchanting. Start each day with a delicious Polynesian breakfast, enjoy exciting excursions that showcase the beauty and culture of the islands, and take advantage of convenient transfers that make your trip seamless from start to finish. All of this begins at just $26.95 per person. Whether you're looking to explore crystal clear waters, unwind on pristine beaches, or immerse yourself in rich Polynesian culture, Tahiti and Moorea offer endless possibilities for both adventure and relaxation. Call 1-877-468-2448 now to book your Tahiti and Moorea escape.
Lovers wants to know, ever forget Valentine's Day in the past? Need to make up for it? Do it and them right this time with the perfect pleasure present from Lovers Stores. Whether you're looking for spicy toys, alluring lingerie, or exciting accessories, Lovers has it all. Save 20% when you mention unforgettable at one of our 18 Western Washington locations. Offer valid with free Lovers Afterglow Rewards membership until February 28th. Some exclusions apply.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith. When that pipe starts to trickle and you're in a real pickle, call Pinky. When that burst pipe starts to smell ripe, call Pinky. When your water heater's shot and it won't get hot, call Pinky. When you get home to a flood, call your best bud. Pinky's Plumbing to the rescue. No job is too big or too small. Pinky's does it all. So when your plumbing backs up and things get stinky, call Pinky's. Pinky'sPlumbing.com.
Anyone know what channel the game's on? We know. Download the Sports on What app today and always know how to watch the game. Satellite, cable, or streaming. Sports on What knows the channel the game is on, and you can too. Subscribe today to start your 7-day free trial. Sports on What? We know.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right, the worst part of public humiliation, it's right there in the name. It's humiliating, and it's in public. But humiliation comes in varying degrees of intensity, like tripping over the sidewalk in front of strangers. It's not awesome, but it's not the worst thing. Audibly farting on a crowded elevator. Not tremendous. And it's probably worse than tripping on the sidewalk, but again, you're really only mortified for a moment. Well, a mother in Georgia, she's making some noise after she was publicly arrested and handcuffed in front of her children. Her crime? She allowed her 10-year-old son to walk an astonishing 1/10 of a mile. No. Now, aside from the illegal overreach, she's fuming about the humiliation of it all, and I don't blame her. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, a couple of 3 years took a trip to Disney World, and in the shadow of Cinderella's castle, the boyfriend dropped to one knee and proposed in front of a cheering crowd. And she said no. Ooh. Now, needless to say, they left Disney and drove home, quote, in silence. Awkward. Now, look, I'm not sure which is worse, arrested in front of your kids or being romantically rejected in front of a crowd. And in a perfect world, I'll never find out. But we just might talk about it today because thanks to our friends from Advanced Hair Restoration, it is the Men's Room Random Would You Rather question. Where you call us, we will ask you a purely hypothetical Would You Rather question. You give us your answer and we'll tell you why you're wrong.
Be a part of the big show. Call 206-803-ROCK. Like the Men's Room on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Men's Room Live. And send those emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com.
The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Oh, but tell us away we go. Welcome to season 20 and episode number 4,251. What a large and in charge program we have for you today. Guaranteed future repeat. Exciting return of Who Sucks Less. Steve, I don't know how you do it. You find people in the news doing bad things.
Yeah.
You bring us 3 stories each and every week. It is up to us to determine, out of the 3 stories, which one sucks the least. How are we looking today on Who Sucks Less?
It'll annoy you, but I feel like on some level there's some comic value to it. Maybe not all 3 stories, but at least one of them.
Okay.
But a smile on her face. Be glad it's not you.
All right,
but
so
still got a smile.
it's not the worst thing in the world.
Not the worst, not the best.
Okay. Who's Next Last is coming up for you at 4:30. Quick programming note. As you know, your chance to win $5K a day. As you're listening to this program, listen for 1 hour, either on the Odyssey app or Odyssey.com. Sign in when you get there so they know you're there and you're automatically qualified to win your share of $5K a day. You can do that every single day of the week until the contest is over.
Yeah.
So if you're listening to the radio station anyway, might as well do it on the Odyssey app. And maybe you got a shot at winning $5,000 in cash.
How much longer is this thing going on? I honestly don't know. Is it just this month?
I think it's a month.
Yeah, I think it's going into February.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Your chance to win $5,000 a day. Do it every day while you can before the contest stops.
Last day is on February 7th.
February 7th.
There you
Okay.
go.
Oh, the day of our party.
That's exactly
Our
right.
men's room locker launch party. They figure, hell, man, might as well end it with a bang.
Yeah.
How that's going on at Black Raven Brewing. If you hadn't had a chance to try the 20th anniversary lager, we are starting the new year at 20 years being here on this fine radio station. And because of that, the fine folks at Black Raven, they have launched the 20th anniversary lager. It's a fantastic beer.
Yes, it is.
It is getting out there now on the shelves, right by the men's room IPA in the bright yellow can. Available on draft as well. If you happen to find it out, hook us up with a solid. Take a picture and send it to the men's room at KISW.com. And then we'll put it out there on social media. So if you're in the area and you want to find a place, hopefully we can get you the information you need. So the party is going on the 7th. That's a Friday, 2 to 6. Absolutely free. You'll be a part of the live broadcast. We've already made the determination. We are not taking phone calls that day. Everything will be live from Black Raven in Woodinville.
Yeah, we said we're not taking phone calls because every time we try to, we end up not being able to. So this time,
We are not taking phone calls. We are
just not doing it.
Everything live, on site.
Yeah.
From the event.
It's just funny.
Every time.
Don't worry. It's going to work this time. Like,
We tested it. We did this. We just checked it 10 minutes ago. It's like, I hear you and I believe you, but the Cosmos does not want us to take phone calls anytime we're not in the studio, and it has proved to be true every time.
Yeah.
and we have all those people there.
Right, we'd rather talk to
Might
you.
involve them.
Sure, exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying, man. I mean, you're a live studio audience. Might as well take advantage of it. We already have the people. So
Correct.
We're going to do it that way this time. So it's free. Stop by Friday afternoon between 2 and 6. Get yourself a 6-pack to go. They definitely do that.
Oh, yeah, they
If
do.
you've not tried the men's room IPA on
They
draft,
do cases to go.
they have that there. You can buy multiple cases to go.
I have done all of these things.
You can join us for a great afternoon. So we hope to see you on February the 7th, which is a Friday. Okay, today is the day that we do our random Would You Rather question. 206-803-ROCK. I'll start with one for you guys.
All right.
Okay.
Put my thinking cap on.
Let's see here. Something a little bit strange.
I want to
Okay.
go sit on my thinking couch. Or was it a thinking chair she had?
Wasn't it a thinking chair?
It was a
you got
chair.
a thinking couch, a thinking chair. What is a thinking cap? Has anyone ever put on a thinking cap? Like there's the dunce cap, you get in trouble, whatever. And they put some dumb crap on your head, and that's supposed to make you feel bad.
Remember what Doc Brown had at the beginning of Back to the Future? I'm pretty sure that's a thinking cap.
What did he put on? I vaguely remember he grabbed something, right?
Giant freaking thing.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't remember what it was for.
That's the thinking cap.
Okay. All right. Let's go with this one. It's a Super Bowl party.
All right.
Okay. As far as the chips are concerned at the party,
Okay.
if you had to choose between the two, would you rather only have just standard basic potato chips
All right.
or Fritos, like the scoops kind?
All right. Can I ask another question about this?
I know where you're going already.
Is there dips involved?
Yep.
There are dips involved, but I don't know what they are.
It's tough, man, because the potato chip itself.
It's only good for French onion dip. So if that's not there, it's not as critical.
I think
I use
it's
Fritos
best
on my sausage dip, the scoops.
Use the scoops, but not just the regular potato chips. Oh, but that's what
But
I'm
regular
saying.
potato chips also suck with dips. Now, if you have Ruffles,
Right. Had a little, you need something a little thicker.
Yeah, you got to have
Yeah.
a ridge in there.
I don't know. My thing, I kind of like Fritos, but part of it is at the end of your Super Bowl party, whatever it is you've chosen to pick. If you've eaten Fritos, you smell like Fritos and taste like Fritos until the next day.
Right.
You cannot do anything.
Yep.
You can brush your teeth
Okay,
a million
but
times. You
here's
smell
the
like
thing.
mint and corn chips. So I think, I guess I'm just going to go regular potato chips because even if I don't want dip on them, I'm more prone to just eat a handful of
I'm,
those.
I'm going Frito scoops every time. And the reason is this. Because you're going to have some people make like a 7-layer or a 5-layer Mexican dip or something like that. If you have Juanita's chips, which I love, if you have any kind of corn chip like that, typically they're a little bit more flimsy and they're hard to get in there. With the scoop, I feel like you got a little bit more for whether it's the sausage dip, whether it's the artichoke dip, whether it's, the 7 or 5 layer Mexican taco dip.
Well, what if there's no dip? What if you got there and it's like, oh, dude, I'm
If
sorry
there's
to
no
tell you.
dip, then I'll take potato chip. But
right.
I'm with Miles. If he's assuring there will be a dip or two, then I have to go Frito scoop.
What if it were only French onion dip?
Then chips.
Are we counting Ruffles as plain chips?
I mean,
I'll give you Ruffles.
Well, then, yeah, chips.
I've never actually tried a Frito in French onion dip. I never had. It's just like if I see French
you don't
onion
think about
dip,
that combination.
You don't. It might be delicious. It would never occur to me to do that, which is stupid. But I would never think to grab a Frito and dip it in the French
But
onion.
the heft of Ruffles, Ted's right. That's where it should show up. It should show up at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It should show up at that party. If you're throwing that party, that's where you need those chips. Because, they give you a little bit more.
You got
And Thrill's right, too. Like, the next day, if there's half a bag of scoops laying around, I might eat 1 or 2, but if there's Ruffles sitting around, I'm still
You're
going to
eating
eat
the bag.
those dip or not.
Okay. Now, what about just a chip itself as far as it just stands on its own? In other words, it could be used as a dip. It does not necessarily need to be there. Would you rather do something like cheese balls? Or would you rather do some type of flavored Dorito? Or what would be the ultimate, secondary snack chip where you just grab a handful and put it on a napkin and eat it?
I mean, look, man, I like Pringles. I'm sorry. Just plain ass, regular, original Pringles. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's kind of a potato chip. It's like potato dust that they've glued together, but I love Pringles. they suck to dip with. They might be the worst chip to dip with because it's not a single fried potato slice. It's a bunch of stuff put together, man. And they fall. I've seen many a dead Pringle in the dip. You know what I mean? But if I'm just going to eat them by the handful of Pringles, because I really have a hard time stopping to eat them once I've I said, once you pop, you can't stop or something. Like for me, that proves to be true.
I think I got to go back to another kind of potato chip. And I would either do barbecue potato chips as well, or I would do the Ruffles that have the cheese.
Yeah, they're really good. I mean, I like a kettle chip, too.
Kettle chips are good. What flavor? Salt and vinegar?
I mean, salt and vinegar is kind of my go-to, but I'm not against that honey mustard kettle chip.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
What about crunchy Cheetos?
Oh,
They exist on their own.
No.
What?
No.
Why the hell not?
Where's the party? Is it at your house?
Doesn't matter where.
Okay.
The crunchy Cheetos, I'm eating them.
You're going to find Cheeto dust on your couch.
This
You're
is true.
You're going to find...
Okay, the party is not at my house.
Okay, then yes. That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't know... It's hard enough to maintain your own dust, let alone...
You are not wrong.
20 other people.
I did not consider that. You're right, man.
Children running around.
It's on your... When you go to the bathroom, there's evidence on the toilet paper. Like, wherever they tore it off, it's on your sink.
If you even just eat a handful, you need to go wash your hands. I don't think everyone has that. I don't think everyone has that in them. I just don't. Even if you wipe your hands with a napkin, you still got Cheeto dust.
That's just the residual.
But I feel like Cheetos, generally, I wouldn't eat food, lick my fingers, and then eat the same food in a group.
Mm-hmm.
But like if I looked over and you were licking Cheeto dust off your finger, and then later you were grabbing a Cheeto, I don't think I'd call you out because it's like, it's Cheeto dust.
It's like ribs. Like we accept that you must get this off your fingers, and your mouth is the best place to do it. Do you guys like the puffy cheese ones?
Oh yeah.
Really?
That's why I said the cheese balls, the Utz cheese balls in that big container. Man, if you show up at a Super Bowl party with one of those, people will, by the end of the party, be thankful that you brought them.
They will be. I don't like the big puffy ones. I prefer the
these
crunchy
are just
Cheetos.
I prefer the crunchy, but I enjoy the puffy ones as well.
I just like my daughter's gotten into the puffy ones. My son and I like the crunchy ones, and it's perfect because they never meet.
Yeah, I like them both. It's kind of like M&M's. I like plain. I like peanut. Both serve their purpose.
Have you had an M&M you don't like? Because they introduce 12 new flavors.
The
every
pretzel
Halloween.
ones. They don't really do anything for me. No.
Oh, those are great.
You like those? Okay. Reason we ask, potato chips or Fritos? The FDA has elevated the Lay's potato chip recall in 2 states, Oregon and Washington. Not only have they elevated the recall, they have elevated it to the highest risk level, Class 1. According to the FDA, that means exposure to or consumption of the product could cause serious adverse health consequences or death from a bag
going on with the Lay's?
Of Lay's potato chips.
These are just the plain ones.
Correct. In the yellow bag. The Food and Drug Administration this week elevated the recall of some of its Lay's classic potato chips, sold here in Washington and in Oregon. Again, this is the highest risk classification. The recall is on their 13-ounce bags of Lay's classic potato chips due to undeclared milk on the label. Consumers with milk allergies or sensitivities should not eat the product and should immediately discard it. The bags were distributed to retail and e-commerce shops in Oregon and Washington. Some of the bags of chips could have been purchased as early as November 3rd, 2024. The recalled bags of chips have UPC codes, which you can find online if you got a bag of these things, and a guaranteed fresh date of February 11th. And then there's some more bags out there on the shelf. So this is
so if you have a milk allergy.
This is your little bit bigger than Subway, sandwich chip bag size.
What they call that, the grab bag?
I think you're right. The grab bag, yeah. Bigger than fun or snack size, but not as big as obviously this is for the home bag, yeah.
So Miles is right. There's like the size you get with a sandwich at a sandwich shop, and then there's like those grab bags that they have at like 7-Eleven.
I feel like those are the ones, these are 2 lunches worth of potato chips.
And where am I missing the milk process?
I guess if you don't have the fortitude.
On the potato chip process.
I have no idea. I had no idea that milk was involved.
What's that?
Well, the problem is it's the recall is due to undeclared milk on the label, which means that
there's some milk product in the chips itself. I don't know.
And I have no idea, like, what is that, milk dust or is it?
I don't know.
I mean, Lay's are great. They have a very distinct flavor.
They're fantastic.
Plain Lay's stand up by themselves.
And you forget about them because you buy all the other flavors, and every once in a while you just have a plain Lay, and you're like, there's nothing wrong with this. By the way, Miles, the one thing you said is in the yellow bag, which we know in the States, like, I don't care who you are. You see the yellow bag, you know what you get. You see a red bag, chances are it's going to be spicy. If it's a blue bag, it's probably going to be like Cool Ranch. Maybe,
or light salt.
Right. Maybe you'll read the bag if it's orange to see what's up. This is only true in the States. So in Canada, I've gotten burned on this. In Mexico, I've gotten burned on this. And in England, I've gotten burned on this, where they'll have the Lay's or the Lay's equivalent. You're not thinking about it. I grab the yellow bag, you check it out, whatever. You get back to your hotel room. It's an entirely different flavor. Like, their color schemes for chips are entirely different than ours. Like, we understand the code here in the States, right? Cool Ranch Doritos, what color's the bag, Ted?
Blue.
Boom. You get Nacho Doritos, what color's the bag, Ted?
Red.
No,
sour cream and onion.
Green.
Right.
Yep.
They switch it up when you go to other countries. So, again, I'll just grab the bag without reading the label. Because, like I said, I don't think anyone here reads the label. We know what the color means. And I've gotten burned every time, and I forget every time until I get to one of these places, grab the bag. My wife's like, why did you get ketchup-flavored potato chips? Like, God damn it, man. I thought they were nacho-flavored.
Right. And so, like, in Europe, right, it's Walker's. But that's the Lay's equivalent.
Mm-hmm.
But you're right. Like, the blue bag is not salt and vinegar. It's paprika.
Right. You wouldn't think what's their yellow bag? That's the one that pissed me off.
Oh, what is their yellow bag?
Supposed to be just...
by the way, pro tip, if you're ever in 7-Eleven, I know you can't buy a big bag, but there's snack bag stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know who's making those potato chips, but it's definitely a Pennsylvania or Ohio company.
Is it 7-Eleven chips?
They're 7-Eleven chips. Whatever you buy, they are fantastic. Whatever brand they've got, it's a classic German, Pennsylvania-style, Ohio-style potato chip. But I'm telling you what, man, don't sleep on those. If you're in a 7-Eleven, your life's on the line anyway, you might as well get a bag of chips and enjoy yourself.
They do have some wild flavors.
What else I got?
Worcestershire sauce.
What color's the bag, or do they say?
Purple.
Purple. All right.
I'd try it.
I'd give it a try. I would also read a purple bag because I would not know what that is. But all the other ones, man...
I will say, I was at Wembley watching the Seahawks play the Raiders years ago. I was very excited to try some English chips, or crisps, as they call them.
Crisps, yes.
Got a bag, and I was like, dang it, this is just Lay's.
It is. That's literally all it is. We just got to change the name for whatever reason. Hello, David. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, guys.
Hola.
David, welcome to the program. The random Would You Rather question. Let's give you this one.
Thank you.
All right, David, would you rather clog the toilet on your first day at work or on a first date?
Probably first day at work.
First day at work. Okay.
Yeah.
What's your thought process on that?
I think the first date would be a little bit embarrassing, but I've heard many stories on the show about, that happening and everything turns out great for the date. But
I think it's a good litmus test for the potential of the future. Just to see the reaction one way or another, because if someone loses it on something that you really can't control, it might be a bad sign of things to come.
It might be, but my thought is, F that. I'll worry about that. Like, there's a million things I can find out about my partner as time goes on, right? But with work, I block the toilet, but the difference is as long as I do a good job, it's not something they're really going to hold against you for very long. It's just kind of a thing and it's embarrassing. It's awful. It's especially if everyone knows. But the first date, it just sets a bad precedent. You know what I'm saying?
Am I pulling a technicality in saying that the first date is probably not going to be at somebody's house? It's likely going to be at a restaurant or something
but
like
say
that.
it is.
Yeah.
She invites you in because she's going to finish getting ready. You got there 5 minutes early. She says,
dropping one real
can you?
fast.
Well, so it's already bad, but then you block her toilet.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true, but if it's like the first day at work, you're probably not going to get fired for clogging the toilet.
Right. They won't say, hey, don't come back.
I think I'd rather do it at work, too.
All right, David, let me ask you this. Have you ever had to have you ever worked with an employee where you know damn well that if it's communal or if it's just one stall in there, no matter what, you probably don't want to follow him or be in the bathroom while he is in there? And I'm saying he because obviously it's going to be a dude, but unless it's just a one stall deal, it could be somebody else. But for the most part, do you know who you don't want to follow into the bathroom?
I can't think of anybody off the top of my head. No.
Oh, I can.
I can too, man.
I mean, man.
This is how I remember these people. I have tons of other crazy stories, but the one thing, I mean, Randy Mitchell, you damn, it was a smell. It was a smell that no one else has ever replicated. Mm-hmm. It was its own planet, world, bacteria. I don't know. It was consistent. He had lap band surgery. I don't know what goes on with that, but he continued to eat like he did, like he didn't have that. And I'm telling you what, man, he would destroy a bathroom. He would destroy the entire hallway. It would seep into the studio to the point where people with a closed door would open it up, scream down the hallway, God damn it, Randy.
Right. And they know it's him.
A soundproof door. It would still get through. You could still smell it. It was. I mean, that's what. And he did that 2 or 3 times a day.
Yeah, I work with Tom Welch. Same thing. Like 400 pounds, man. That's the dude who he'd always be on the phone, but the one I remember what you actively hear him pooping, and I mean it's just all the sounds you could possibly make. And he's on the phone with his sister, who he lived with, and they were talking about dinner. And I just remember saying, "Pull the pot roast out of the freezer." And as he's saying, it's like. And I'm like, dude, I don't even want to eat food right now. Just listening to him
out of the freezer.
That is a quote. It is burned my brain, man. It's like, Jesus, Tom.
Pot roast.
You shouldn't even be on the phone at that point, but much less talking about dinner.
More of the random Would You Rather question coming up, 206-803-ROCK.
Hiring is a lonely business. Posting jobs, sifting through resumes, interviews with unqualified applicants, being ghosted. What if you could link with dozens of qualified candidates who are ready to work right now with just one connection? That's Express Employment Professionals. Find us at expresspros.com. One connection, the workforce you need. Problem solved. Express Employment Professionals. expresspros.com.
Yeah, sure thing. Hey, you sold that car yet?
Yeah, sold it to Carvana.
Oh, I thought you were selling to that guy.
The guy who wanted to pay me in foreign currency, no interest, over 36 months? Yeah, no. Carvana gave me an offer in minutes, picked it up, and paid me on the spot. It was so convenient.
Just like that.
Yeah.
No hassle.
None.
That is super convenient. Sell your car to Carvana and swap hassle for convenience. Pickup fees may apply.
Is your team at work feeling a little disconnected? Maybe the workflow's not flowing? Try Confluence by Atlassian. Confluence is the connected workspace where teams can create, organize, and deliver work like never before. In Confluence, teams can whiteboard their vision for any project, easily create or access the relevant pages and resources they need, and discover important context they might not even know they need. Plus, AI helps teams jumpstart brainstorms, organize information, and connect workflows, so teams can move efficiently and create alignment with ease. In fact, with Confluence, teams can see 5.2% average boost in productivity in 1 year. So if your team lacks confidence, try Confluence, the connected workspace where teams can do it all. Set knowledge free with Confluence. Learn more at Atlassian.com/confluence. That's ATLASSIAN.com/CONFLUENCE.
Plug in a Hyundai EV and the extraordinary happens. From the charge time and range in the Ioniq 5 and 6 to the adventurous spirit of the Kona Electric to the 601 horsepower Ioniq 5N. Hyundai EVs make the extraordinary electrifying. There's joy in every journey.
EPA estimated 303-mile driving range for 2024 Ioniq 5 SE SEL limited rear-wheel drive and 361-mile driving range for 2024 Ioniq 6 SE long-range rear-wheel drive with fully charged battery. Actual range may vary. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
This podcast is brought to you by Kleenex Lotion Tissues. You can't predict sick days, but with Kleenex Lotion Tissues, you can be better prepared for them while helping keep your skin healthy. Whether it's a surprise sneeze or a stuffy nose, it's always good to have something gentle on hand. Kleenex Lotion Tissues moisturize to help prevent skin irritation while you're battling those unwanted cold and flu symptoms. It's extra care when you need it most. I mean, why not have one less thing to worry about when you're not feeling your best? For whatever happens next, grab Kleenex.
99.9 KISW. The shenanigans continue. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
Random Would You Rather question. 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Jake. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola, bitch, hola.
Hola.
Concrete.
Yeah, man. Jake, welcome to the program. What do we got for you? All right, Steve brought this up earlier. Would you rather be arrested in public or have your marriage proposal be rejected in public? So you're either going to be arrested or told no in a public marriage proposal.
I would rather be arrested in public.
Okay. Have you ever asked anyone to marry you?
I have.
Okay, how many times?
It was only like 4 times.
4 times?
Only 4 times? Good God, man.
So have you been married 4 times, or did you...
I've only been married 1 time, but she took a lot of convincing.
Okay, so you asked the same woman 4 times to marry you?
Never in public.
Never, but no,
Right.
that's the... I said that to Miles. I said when I proposed to my wife, I asked her in the confines of our apartment because I figured she would say yes, which is what I think most people think if you're going to ask. But on the off chance she says, hell no, I would rather keep that private.
Was it a special occasion or just a random night?
It was. I was trying to get a little action, so I thought that would help. It didn't work.
Was that the first time you proposed?
Yes.
So you guys hadn't even had sex yet?
We had. It was just a slow night.
All right.
All right. Okay. So how long had you been together the first time you asked her to marry you?
We had been together like 2 years.
How long had you been together the second time you asked her to marry you?
Like 3 years.
How about the third time?
Like 3 years and a month.
Any of these times did you have a ring?
I only had a ring 1 time.
And that was the last time, I hope?
Yeah, the last time was a sealer.
Okay, well, that's because that really actually shows that you're being serious about this.
So what was her reasoning when she said no?
I don't even think she really gave me a great answer. I think mainly because she probably thought I was trying to sleep with her. That's why she said no.
So she's onto your game. So anytime...
She caught on pretty quick.
Now, is it something you've done before?
No, it just kind of seemed like it would work with her.
Okay.
Now, wait, did you actually want to get married, or were you just hoping to get laid?
Probably get laid.
Yeah, so if you got to think about it, it's to get laid. So when you asked her the 4th time and she said yes, I hope you got laid, but also, did you mean it?
Both, yes.
Okay. All right. And are you still together?
Yes.
How long have you been together now?
We've been married for 3 years.
3 years.
All right, very good. Well, if at first you don't succeed, I guess. Well, I've done it twice. I don't remember the first one. Second one, I was up on Snoqualmie Pass on a ski slope.
Were there other people around?
No.
Okay. Yeah.
I kind of ducked off to the side, kind of just, stopped for a minute because I had to take my ski off, take my one ski off, Then I had to find that damn thing in a lot of layers of clothing.
Right.
First of all, I'm not a very proficient skier, so this was harder than most just to be able to be where I was because we were up on a higher point of the mountain. I'm not real good, so I was terrified that I was going to die before I even got the opportunity.
We were going to go out to dinner that night. My wife's in the bathroom getting ready because that's what women do. And I'm like, hey, come out to the living room. Hang on a minute, I'm still getting ready. So this went back and forth for like 7 minutes, maybe. And finally, I'm just like, Jesus Christ, you want to ever get married or what do you want to do? Then she walks out of the bathroom. She's like, You being serious? I'm like, yeah, it was supposed to be more romantic, but this has been goddamn ridiculous, man. So she said, yeah, and then there we were. Beautiful romantic time. It's like, Jesus, man, can I just ask you a question? But it worked. Right. But again, in the privacy of our home, because my thought was, if she says no, I'm canceling that reservation at the expense of steak joint.
Sure. My thing was just based on the fact that we lived together and we were on a budget, and I know for a fact that, she would bring it up every once in a while subtly. Like, I moved out here and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And in the back of my mind, I had been saving for this ring. It just wasn't to the point where what I knew she wanted, I was nowhere near.
Right, versus what you can afford.
Right. So, and I couldn't exactly hide money. I didn't really have that. So it was harder to sneak saving money to buy her a ring and putting up with the crap than I wish I could have just stuck something like a ring pop on her finger and go like, look,
it's a placeholder.
Yeah, I promise you the ring's coming, but just you need to give me time on this. Like anything else, I just don't have
expensive.
You know how much money I have. You know what I mean? And it's not that much money to be able to buy that damn thing.
Right.
So it took a little time. The reason we asked, would you rather be arrested in public or have your marriage proposal rejected in public?
I think I'm going for the arrest.
Me too, man. Look, without a doubt, an arrest is an arrest, and no, you don't want to be arrested in public. And obviously, it depends on the degree of the crime you've committed. But I know who I am, so I know what I would get arrested for. I could live with that because I'd probably talk about it on the radio even. Like, you're never going to believe this. But if I got rejected marriage-wise, even if it's not public, I don't feel like I'd roll into work the next day and bring it up. Like with an arrest, absolutely. Yeah, you're not going to believe this ass. But the marriage thing, like, dude, that's so personal. That's just so
what if it was in front of their family and she still said no?
That sucks, too.
I think that would be the worst.
Has anybody ever seen one actually go bad?
I have, but I'm not sure if they were staged or not.
Well, right, if it's a sporting event, sometimes I think they're staged.
Yeah, I've never seen it personally.
Yeah.
Have you?
No, like I've seen couples break up before in a restaurant.
Yes.
Which is awkward enough. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it happens. It just seems like...
Would you want to see it?
I mean, I know people that have broken off engagements.
Yes.
But I feel like at the time, it's just... People just say yes.
You better have a pretty good idea of how this is going before you do that. It can't be...
I don't think anyone asks with the belief that they're going to say no. Because that's such a big question. I think anyone that asks someone to marry them, and this is just my assumption, you truly believe they're going to say yes. Because if you even remotely thought they might say no, you just wouldn't ask. Except the guy that just called who asked his wife 4 times.
Mm-hmm. This is a crazy story about getting arrested. A Georgia mom of 4, whose 10-year-old son was picked up by police walking down the road, has said her kids were left traumatized by the humiliating experience of being publicly arrested. So Brittany Patterson's 41. She was arrested in front of her kids at their home after she allowed her son, who's 10, Soren, to walk home alone. She said she's now using her platform to advocate for allowing kids to a little bit more roam free than what the cops believe
or like
to be okay.
When we were growing up.
Yes.
I mean, how far was she walking? Or the kid walking?
The kid made it a 1/10 of a mile.
And she was taken into custody and slapped with child endangerment-related charges in Fannin County. She had to post $500 bail. She told Fox and Friends Weekend, it's definitely been traumatizing. My kids have never seen anything like that or been exposed to anything like that. So really, their first ever encounter with police or law enforcement is to see them taking their mother out of their home in handcuffs. I think that was pretty traumatizing. Now she's refusing to accept a plea deal that involves placing a GPS tracker on her son's phone. He was 10 at the time, had managed to get less than half a mile away from his home when police spotted him and drove him back from town a day before Halloween. Deputies drove Soren home and returned later that day and arrested her in front of the family. Apparently, he did not ask his mother's permission either, but she said she would have allowed him to walk where he wanted to go regardless.
Yeah.
The irony here is that the next day was Halloween, where kids walk all over the place without parents door to door, in the dark, and then knock on strangers' doors.
Right.
He was just walking in the middle of the day and not a 1/10 of a mile away at the time when the police picked him up.
I mean, when I was 10, I definitely would get on my bike or walk farther than a mile away from my home.
Easily. 'Cause your parents, basically, if it was within a mile and a half, and I wanted to go somewhere at that age, my parents, like, either get on your bike or walk or take a skateboard. Like, yes, you can go to, like, your buddy's house or whatever, but You're doing it on your own. I'm not driving your ass a mile and a half.
Well, like 6, 7, you're like, all right, maybe they're still not paying attention, but like
by 10,
by 10, like they know how a walk signal works.
And then that sounds super old, but when we lived in Denver, we had to walk quite literally 1 mile to our elementary school, and I was in 3rd and 4th grade then.
I walked.
And there's a bunch of kids,
easily
but
a half mile.
We all just
first grade
walked to school. It was what it was, and then you walked home. But your parents. Yeah. The only time my parents drove me to that particular school is if I had a dentist appointment and couldn't make it in, at the normal time. But otherwise, they're like,
I didn't get
here's your lunch, go walk.
I didn't get on a school bus until 10th grade because my elementary school and my junior high school were all in walking distance.
Yeah.
And it was farther. But the high school was downtown. There was no way you could walk, but it was understood. I mean, to the point where buses would not pick you up in a perimeter area.
Well, a certain radius.
Yeah, around the school, based on the fact there were no stops. They weren't stopping until they got out of that perimeter. So
or if you're that close to a school, they still don't pick you up.
Yeah, they're like walk.
Yeah, that's what it is. I mean, basically, they have a circle, and they say, look, if you're in the circle, you're walking. Because the bus is not stopping until it gets to the school, once it gets in there.
That's a shame. Kids should have just said, I'm going to school. Cops wouldn't have thought twice about it.
Yeah. Let's see here. Now, so that's being arrested in public. Now we go to the other end, the marriage proposal. No one wants to feel utterly humiliated when their partner pops the all-important question. Elation and excitement are far more ideal. One woman admitted she was mortified by where her boyfriend chose to propose and said no because of it. The woman rejected her boyfriend's proposal after he popped the question at Disney World. She wrote to the Daily Mail to get some advice, questioning on how to move forward after her marriage proposal, she said, went wrong. My boyfriend and I are both in our late 20s. We've been together for more than 3 years, and over the past few months, I've kind of had a feeling that he might propose soon, although I did not know for certain. So the woman and her boyfriend took a trip to Florida, where his family lives, and they were celebrating his mom's 60th birthday.
All right.
Now, on the last day of the trip, her boyfriend insisted the two spend the day at Walt Disney World in Orlando. As we stood in the shadow of Cinderella's castle, he got down on one knee and proposed. Now, while some women might have swooned over a Disney-themed proposal, she said she felt utterly humiliated. People around began to clap and cheer.
Yeah, Hercules!
We're even taking pictures, videoing it. I immediately tried to drag him up off the floor so we could flee from the public humiliation, but he joked he wasn't budging until he got an answer.
Uh-oh.
So I said no. The couple immediately left the park and drove back to his parents' house in silence.
Damn. Yeah, I just like the fact that she's like, I tried to get him away, and he said, I'm not leaving till I get an answer. I'd be like, are you sure?
Also, Disney is either for you or it is not for you.
Right.
So as far as if you wanted it to be something special, yes, one person could say, like, yes, this is the most special place that I could ever think to come to. And other people would think, like, this is the most ridiculous place you could have ever brought me to.
It is, but I hate that I would even consider my decision to answer what they're asking based on our location. Because, like, that truly has nothing to do with what this entails.
Correct.
You know, you'd like
Correct.
to think,
Well,
like,
without question.
You know what I mean? Like, maybe don't talk to me during the Super Bowl, but if that's where it comes up, kind of annoying. But in the end, if I go, okay, well, this is kind of the rest of my life, I'll give it some thought. Now, like, I'm saying no because you're interrupting the Super Bowl.
Well, if you win the Super Bowl, if you win the national championship game, you see players all the time get on a knee and propose to their girlfriends in those situations.
Yeah, I want to tell those guys, like, bro, I
Don't
know you're in a good
need,
mood.
You need to leave this one alone for let this one. You don't. Give that one another day so you have two special days instead of
just wait a minute. Seriously.
all this into one day.
They're just fired up, man.
And it's like anything. I mean, look, if the Ravens went to and won the Super Bowl, my kids could probably ask me for a $10,000 loan, and I'm like, absolutely, right? Because you're in that state of mind. But it's like, let this good time become the memory that it needs to be, then reevaluate what it is you want to do with this. Because we know you're in a good mood. You just won your championship game, but, like, just wait
You win a game in Atlanta, and now you propose. So what's expected? You're going to hang out with her tonight, right? All your friends are going.
I think you have to.
All your friends are going to the strip
team,
club.
yeah.
Look. If I don't ask her to marry me, I'm going to the strip club with my buddies. Like, look, this is where they want to celebrate. We're going to go. We're going to party all night. You don't have to worry about me. You can come if you want. I don't care. But either way, I'm going to go party with my teammates. We just won the big game. If you ask her to marry you before that, you're going to be in a hotel room that night.
Yeah, I mean,
going out to dinner and celebrating your nuptials.
That's why maybe ask 2 weeks before the big game. What, you already have it in your head?
No.
No, I wouldn't. Are you kidding me? I might even wait like a month afterwards because, like, look, dude, we're going to party tonight. We're going to be super hungover tomorrow. We're still going to be in a great mood. We're probably going to party a little bit more. Then I got to party with the fans of whatever team that are also excited that we did this. Like, I'll get to the
We've
question.
been busy. I've been busy all year working on this, working on my job. I travel every weekend almost. I'm always doing something. There's always a to-do going on. As soon as this game is over, we're going to go someplace sunny. We're going to be there for a couple weeks. Mm-hmm. I am turning my phone off. I am just going to enjoy the fact that for one day I don't have to get up and lift weights and be in meetings and do all these different things I'm going to do. That's the time.
I agree.
That's the time where he's like, I'm relaxed. Everything's cool. It's
not
just
at
me
the
and
height
you.
of my personal success.
I mean, I will say, like, the guy from Boise State years ago in 07, like, his girlfriend was also the head cheerleader. So that's something they've shared, which I get. I could fathom. And they're still married.
I don't. Hey, look, good on them, man. I'm not saying they made a mistake. I'm just saying, me personally, like, hey, baby, we'll talk later, but I'm in a headspace right now. I'm going to go hang out with the fellas.
Mm-hmm.
You know what
also,
I mean?
the Disney World one, right? Like, 2011, we were down there. 30 Smiths. My uncle, we call him Mickey. He loves everything about Disney. But 30 Smiths, by the end of the week, even Phil's getting a little tired of it, right?
Right.
So there's all these crazy thunderstorms. Something happens at dinner, and my one cousin, Christina, her boyfriend, Brian, is like, oh, yeah, we're going to, like, even Phil's like, I've had it. Like, I'm tired of all this. Like, we're going to go back to the resort. We can see the fireworks from there, have a beer, right? And again, not a big drinker.
Yeah.
So we're sitting there, and then an hour later, here comes Christina, and Brian had proposed to her. And he was like, you got my, he's still pissed about it. He's like, all the times I bring all you people to Disney, I've always wanted to see one of these. The one time I don't go to the fireworks.
And that's
happened.
where he did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that kind of sucks.
Okay.
A couple of texts here. It says, I asked my wife to marry me after going out for 2 months. I was 17. She was 23. We have been married for 36 years.
That's how it's going to work out.
Damn.
Dude, I have a buddy like that. He dated her, and she was moving. He was like, well, let's hang out for the month or whatever. And then when she moved, he went down there. He's like, we should get married. Still together.
And then this one says, as far as proposals go, we were sitting on the couch having Thai food and watching Food Network. I tossed her over the ring and said, what do you think? She said, hell yeah. Then we went back to eating, finished our show, and told everyone. That's when I knew she was the woman for me. Yeah, perfect. Hey, baby, you want to get married after Thai food? All right, let's go ahead and do that. Like, cool. Done and done. Right?
I'm kind of interested what they ordered.
Crab rangoon, I hope.
Spring rolls.
Does a new place have good egg rolls? I'm tired of spring rolls.
No.
Well, you got to go Chinese, man.
I know, but
They
even
still
a lot
have
of
to.
the
Thai people don't know what the hell an egg roll is.
I know, but even the Chinese places, man, where
They
I
do
look,
Thai rolls.
Right, and there's still the spring rolls. And I'm
The
like,
little
look,
skinny ones.
There's nothing wrong with spring rolls. I just don't like vegetables, where the egg rolls are full of, like, that mint sausage or whatever the hell.
Cabbage and basically
I
bacon.
mean, honestly, the way we grew up with Chinese food, just go to Panda Express.
You know what? You're right. I don't know why I overthink it. Just fricking go to Panda Express.
There's still one
and
up
get hooked up.
in Greenwood in the Fred Meyer or the QFC parking lot or complex near where you used to
Is
live.
it in there?
I think there is. You know, like if you keep going down the street from Dick's.
Yeah, I know
and then
exactly
on
where
the
you're at,
left-hand
man.
side at the bottom of the hill. I think there's a Panda Express
Pass
down
the
there.
panda on the left-hand side.
More of the random Would You Rather question coming up, 206-803-ROCK.
Presented by T-Mobile, the official wireless partner of Odyssey Sports. With an awesome network and great savings, there's never been a better time to join T-Mobile. Visit your neighborhood store to make the switch today.
Do you know about the true crimes that inspired a Bruce Springsteen album? Or the murders AC/DC was blamed for? How about Taylor Swift's Violent Stalkers? Or the suspicious deaths of Brittany Murphy and River Phoenix? These stories and more are told in the Disgraceland podcast, hosted by me, Jake Brennan, every Tuesday, where I dive deep into subjects from the dark side of music history and entertainment. So follow and listen to Disgraceland on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Escape to paradise with a relaxing 6-night stay in the iconic islands of Tahiti and Moorea. Enjoy an all-inclusive nonstop flight to Tahiti from Seattle or Los Angeles on Air Tahiti Nui, the world's most immersive travel experience. From the vibrant cabins to the warm and welcoming crew, you will be transported to Tahiti from the moment you step on board. This dream getaway also includes beautiful accommodations, excursions, daily breakfast, all transfers, and more, starting at just $26.95 per person. Call 1-877-468-2448 to book yours today.
Lovers wants to know, ever forget Valentine's Day in the past? Need to make up for it? Do it and them right this time with the perfect pleasure present from Lovers Stores. Whether you're looking for spicy toys, alluring lingerie, or exciting accessories, Lovers has it all. Save 20% when you mention unforgettable at one of our 18 Western Washington locations. Offer valid with free Lovers Afterglow Rewards membership until February 28th. Some exclusions apply.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith. Slow drain being a pain? Call Pinky. That pipe's being a little leaky? Call Pinky. When the toilet won't flush and you're in a rush? Call Pinky. When your shower lost all its spray power? Call Pinky. When your sink's on the blink? Call Pinky. Pinky's Plumbing promises to lick all your plumbing problems quick. So when your plumbing backs up and things get stinky, call Pinky's. Pinky'sPlumbing.com.
Hey, what's the easiest way to find out what channel the game's on? Sports on What? Subscribe to the Sports on What app and quickly find the channel for every provider. Satellite, cable, or streaming. Sports on What knows the channel the game is on, and you can too. Download today.
99.9 KISW. We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Random Would You Rather question 206-803-ROCK.
Ted, we read that text from the guy that says we were sitting on the couch having Thai food, watching Food Network.
Oh, yeah.
And it's got a text back from him. It says, to answer Ted's question about what we ordered, chicken saute, pad thai chicken, pad see ew pork.
Oh, all right.
And yellow curry pineapple chicken fried rice. We got it from Silver Spoon Thai in Linwood. I still remember that, and we're celebrating 10 years this year.
Nice.
So apparently, those foods, aphrodisiac.
Mm-hmm. I like pad thai.
What is it, pad thai? What is it?
It's like the thicker egg noodles with like broccoli.
Oh, well, okay, right. The egg noodles, yes. Yeah. You can stop at broccoli. But yeah, I got you now. Stop it, yeah, stop at broccoli.
I mean, yeah, I know you won't care, but usually it's in like a soy sauce, so it's pretty good.
Yeah, I'll get the thick egg noodles, but I avoid anything that has broccoli.
You know, they used to call me that in high school.
What's that? Thick egg noodle. Had to be a compliment. Hello, Brian. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello.
Hola. Brian, welcome to the program.
Hola.
Yeah, man. All right, what do we got for you, Brian? Okay, let's go with this one. You get to do one of two things. Would you rather have the opportunity, as we've talked about for years, to jump down the slide that is deployed in an emergency situation on an airplane, or would you like to have the opportunity to drive a train? You can either drive a train or jump off of an emergency airplane slide.
Are we assuming that it's a non-emergency when you're going down? Or at least you're not on fire.
Yeah, you have the option. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd like to drive a train.
You would like to drive a train?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
What kind of distance would you want to do it? If they said, like, you can go across the country, you can go up and down the West Coast, you can just go to Tacoma. What are you looking at?
Cross country.
If I were going to do a train, I would do it cross country. I mean, taking the whole thing, you know what I mean? And train tracks, up until you get into cities, train tracks generally are in some of the more beautiful parts of the country. And then when you get into the city, it's as ugly as hell.
There's that British Columbia
Starliner or something, or Skyliner.
I mean, it goes right up into the Rockies. I don't know how. I don't think it crosses that area because it's
Well, there's the Coast Starlight that goes up and down the West Coast.
I think that's what I'm thinking.
Okay, which is pretty awesome. You ever been on one of those trains?
I have not, man.
Like one time coming back from Portland. Right, this was years ago. My mom was in town. She was like, I've never been to Portland. So I just got 2 train tickets. And so on the way home, the only one we could book was that Coast Starlight. But it's awesome. It has the big viewing cars that are like all windows.
All right.
I had a steak and a baked potato and a beer in the dining car. Yeah.
So would you take the train or the slide?
Oh, train.
Really?
Well, the problem is,
the slide doesn't last long enough. Like it would be awesome to do, but you're probably on there.
Wait, gentlemen.
Yeah.
First off, I want to wish happy birthday to Miles Montgomery.
Oh, thank you, brother.
Oh, yeah, happy birthday, Miles.
Yeah.
And myself.
Is it your birthday as well?
It is.
It's also, who's that chick you like?
Heather Graham.
Heather Graham.
Heather Graham's 55 years old today. Yeah, I can't wait to meet her, man.
Yeah.
Miles,
we're going to talk birthdays.
I met you at the 808 last year.
You mean the 884?
Is that the one in Bremerton?
Yeah. The 808, yeah.
That's the one.
You made me have to think. Okay, no, 884.
That
Oh, cool.
You were pissed off that I was younger than you.
Well, I mean, how? What are you going to do about that? I look better.
Not much.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Well, happy birthday, brother. That's very cool. Reason we asked you, would you rather do the airplane emergency slider drive a train?
What are you picking, by the way?
I'm going to drive a train.
As much as you've gone on
yes.
about the slide, as long as I have known you.
Yeah, you're the
when
one that-
this hypothetical situation pops up, you're like, oh, no, I'm taking the train.
It's over in 3 seconds.
But you bang the drum about that slide all the
I do,
time.
but all the time. But on this, would you rather? In this instance, I am taking the train.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, just because.
You doing cross country or what?
Wherever I need to go.
Is there any train that basically runs, say, from Vancouver all the way to the Panama Canal? So basically, as long as it's landlocked, is there
I
a
don't know.
train that covers that? I don't know if there is. I do not believe that there is, but that
Well, you can
to me would
definitely
be
go
cool.
west to east. I mean, we know that.
Yeah,
Right? You
yeah.
can go through Chicago, and I'm sure that the train
Empire
ride through,
Builder.
Yeah.
Chicago to Seattle.
Through Montana and all, that's beautiful. So that would be...
I'd like to see that.
That would be a cool ride.
I mean, I think the biggest problem with train or any vehicle going all the way to South America is you got to get through... What's that one, like, jungle area? Like, nobody goes in there.
Amazon?
No, it's a certain area, and it kind of... That's why people generally don't take the land route. Because it's dangerous territory just because of the mountains and the animals. It's dangerous territory because of the militias and stuff around.
Okay, say no more.
I mean, it is... It's basically like nobody really governs it because it's that wild. It's like, have at it.
Right. Wow, it's like Oregon. Okay, the reason we asked about the emergency airplane slide or driving a train. Como News has obtained video footage of the emergency slide accident that canceled a flight out of SeaTac last Thursday. The Delta Airlines flight had to call it off after crew members, they accidentally deployed the emergency slide on January 23rd.
Oops.
So it was a crew member.
An accident.
The Darien Gap.
It was...
okay.
Yeah, it was supposed to travel to Honolulu, which is even worse because you're going to Hawaii.
Right.
The plane was parked on the runway and was pulling up to the gate to load passengers for the outbound flight when the crew accidentally set off the slide. So the video shows the plane approaching the gate, coming to a full stop. The pilot, co-pilot are seen moving around the inside of the cockpit, and the passenger boarding bridge starts to extend toward the plane's door. Suddenly, the emergency slide blows out, inflates, and unfolds down to the runway. More movement is seen in the cockpit, while ground crew gather around the bottom of the slide. No travelers were involved, and no injuries were reported. However, passengers had to have their flights rescheduled due to the repair delay.
So no one was on the plane?
They were pulling in.
Oh, that sucks.
So the people that were on the plane were on that plane. That was the plane, though, that was about ready to depart to Hawaii. So if that was your layover, you stay on the plane.
Okay. All right. So those people, at least they got that. I mean, like, look, if I'm on the plane, you have the layover. You don't feel like a layover, but if they said, hey, you have to exit the plane, but because we deployed a slide, you have to go down the slide. I'd be like, dude, that's awesome.
Now, we go to New York, where police are searching.
I was going to say, the issue with the long layovers or whatever, that was part of my issue when I was trying to fly up to Boston down at Dulles. Was we pulled back to the gate like once or twice, and then the only bar and restaurant was a French place. So it was like, and the appetizers were escargot. And I'm like, I'm not eating snails.
Wow.
At a goddamn airport. But like, they had but I was like, I'm kind of peckish. Like, I could use a little snack.
Yeah. Do you have something other than snails?
Police are searching for 3 people who stole a subway train in New York. The theft was discovered at about 10 o'clock on Saturday night. According to police, MTA employees told officers people entered the unoccupied train, operated it for a distance, and broke numerous train car windows. The thieves, of course, posted their joyride on social media. And the video shared on social media shows them inside the conductor cabin, with one operating the controls, while one sits out the front door of the train with his legs dangling over the tracks, and another stands behind him. According to the New York Police Department, the R train was left secured on a layup track at 71st Avenue Station. It was secured and unattended. When they returned, the thieves had returned the train to an area near where they took it from. The doors of the train were locked, which indicated that someone had entered the train using transit keys.
Uh-huh.
They obviously knew something about both where the train was and how to operate a train and how to get the keys. Once you start it, it's just a throttle. And you use the throttle to move it and to slow it down. This is why I think it would be fun to drive the train. It's basically a boat.
Yeah.
Forward, backward, just to slow it down.
And you're on the track.
And that's all you need to know. No steering wheel, nothing. You just get it going at the right speed, whatever the speed limit is for the area, and you let it fly. But they successfully stole a subway train in New York City.
That had to be awesome. I mean, for them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I still know what I'd do on it.
Hey, who knows? Just
I like the one guy in the front just hangs his legs out over the tracks and enjoys the ride.
I think it'd be cooler, because you said to drive a train. It'd be cooler if there was a single car that you get to control. Go, all the way across the country. I'm not dragging passengers. I don't have cargo. Like, it's just this single car going across it. That would be awesome.
Okay.
I wish one of the options was drive a cop car.
What would you do if you drove a cop car?
A lot of stuff.
Me too.
I mean, just running lights. Everything's an emergency.
Everything.
I'd be, at people and saying stuff to them through the loudspeaker.
Oh, the loudspeaker, that's where I'd go wrong, man. But yeah, I'd have to. Hello, Chris. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Chris, welcome to the program. Yeah, man, liquor and horse.
Real quick, can I touch on something that you guys talked about earlier really quick?
Sure.
If you are looking for the egg rolls I'm 40, and I went in a lot of Chinese food when I was in the 90s. The egg rolls at Jack in the Box, I'm not joking.
Did you send a text in?
So close to those.
Did you send me a text about that?
No, I did not.
Okay, because somebody here, I'm going to read the text. It says, honestly, you're going to laugh at me, which is almost word for word what you just said, but the Jack in the Box egg rolls are the bomb.
Huh. You know what? I'll give them a try.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
I mean, again, if you're looking for like that American-style Chinese egg roll, they're not going to be as thick as the ones you remember, but Miles, what's your place, too?
I go to Ballard Mandarin.
I think they have a decent one, too.
They're not bad. Yeah, they're not bad. They just tend to lean a little bit more Thai style.
Right.
Instead of the big egg wrapper.
Oh, some people gave me suggestions on the text line, and I appreciate all of them. But yeah, Jack in the Box came up.
Okay. All right, let's go with this random question. Would you rather become friends with your celebrity crush or go on one date with them? So you could be friends for a while with your celebrity crush or go on one date.
Friends.
Friends.
Then hopefully I can turn that into multiple dates.
But just assume that you're going to ride the bench the whole time. And who would the celebrity crush be?
Ooh, I mean, in her heyday, Heather Graham. Oh, my God.
We're back to Heather Graham.
Heather Graham.
Okay.
All right.
Dude, even now, listen,
Do you have to pick your celebrity crush, or could you just pick another celebrity?
Well, it says celebrity crush. I would go. I mean, like, look, there's a woman who I find incredibly annoying, remarkably pretentious, and every time she talks, I like her less. But Zoe Saldana is still super hot. So in this case, I just want to go on the date. I just want to knock boots.
But
to be
if
done.
you could be friends without being in the crush, I have a couple of ideas. Like James Harden. Or
no, but this is your celebrity
I know.
crush.
But I mean,
you are friends
out here
with your crush.
If it's one date with the celebrity crush, can we make sure it's at a very photogenic place?
But so that you can be in pictures with them?
Correct.
Well, sure. I mean, if that's where you want to go on
that
the
would
date.
up my stock, right? It's just like, oh, my God. Like, I don't know, Jessica Simpson was out with the Ted Smith.
So now you look better to all the potential suitors.
Right. It might only be one date.
Well,
But, they catch me coming out of the Grove or whatever it is, where, we're on a date. Like, a lot of women that are like, who the hell is this Ted Smith guy? Or there's a lot of women that already know me. They're going to be like, I better lock him up.
You know, man, that's not a bad call.
Okay.
That's playing it very, very well.
The reason we asked, would you rather become friends with your celebrity crush or go on one date? Pam Anderson. We know Pam. She.
I'd love to go on a date with her.
She revealed she had a girl
She'll marry you.
crush on Michael Jackson, but was left disappointed when she met him in person. They say there's always a certain someone that we would like to believe we would end up with, whether it's attainable or not, due to them being a celebrity or fictional in some cases. But Pam Anderson, she could have been that figure. She was the Baywatch star at the time. She was a sex symbol. And then in 1997, I guess she met the king of pop himself. In an interview with W Magazine, she said she thought he wouldn't want to marry me anyway, but then I met him, and he didn't ask me to marry him, and I was really disappointed. They always say you'll never meet your heroes, but perhaps you should also go for celebrity crushes as well. Even though she did not get her wish to go on a date, she did go on to marry 5 times anyway, while Jackson himself married twice to Lisa Marie Presley and to Debbie Rowe, who he had children with back in the day. But you did get a chance to meet her celebrity crush, and it was a disappointment.
I mean, as far as being friends with a celebrity crush, again, I would take Rosie Perez.
Okay.
Just because she is a massive boxing fan.
Right. You could sit down and have fun with her, right?
Right. And I if we're buddies, I'd be like, Joe, dude, like, give me a ticket. Like, I want to go to that boxing match, too.
Who would you say? Are you going with Heather Graham again?
You know what? Not that she's my celebrity crush, but I think you would never do bad with somebody like a Taylor Swift.
In what way?
Well, you're friends.
All right.
So the friend benefit of being friends with Taylor Swift is, maybe you get an
AFC
invitation.
Championship
Maybe
game.
you get an invitation to the Super Bowl. Maybe you're in a suite. Maybe when she throws a party someplace, you are invited. Her friends are also going to be invited to these parties. If I've got a ticket, I could take, and she said you can bring a date with you. Okay, now I could ask any chick I want, like, hey, do you want to go down to L.A. For Taylor Swift's birthday party?
The answer will be yes.
Hell yes. Once you get down there, of course, you're probably going to hook up with somebody else at the party.
But so will you.
That's what you're hoping.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole
So just somebody with enough clout and enough probably hot friends to make it worth your time.
I think celebrity crush is tough, too. Maybe it's because I'm not in, like, a relationship, but I just never really think about it. Like, somebody asked me the other day, and I was like, there's celebrities I find attractive, but...
I mean, look, we're at the age now where having a crush is a bit of a stretch, but, in my younger days, you rattle off 15 people.
Emily Ratajkowski.
But like you're saying now, I could tell you a bunch of celebrities I find attractive, but unlike when I was younger, I don't read much about them because I genuinely don't care. If they're an actress, like, I hope I like their movies. I think they're hot, but I don't need to see an interview with them. Like, it doesn't get me to sit down to want to have to listen to anything they have to say.
Yeah.
It's not a mean thing. It's just not a sales pitch anymore.
Exactly.
Because I'm old enough to know it's not going to matter. When you're young, you think, oh, man, so-and-so broke up with her boyfriend. I've got a chance. No, you don't. And I'm old enough to know that now. So I'm even...
Jelly Roll's wife?
How?
Bunny?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She is built for you, brother.
Yeah, she seems cool.
She does. She got a body type. Hello, Spencer. Welcome to the men's room.
What's up, bitches?
Hola!
Spencer, welcome to the program. Random question. Let's go with this one.
All right.
Spencer, would you rather be farted on by someone else? All right, they fart on you, basically. They're touching you, they fart on you. Or you're the one guilty of farting on someone else. And these are people that you don't know in both instances. Okay? So would you rather be farted on by someone you don't know, or would you rather fart on someone else that you don't know?
Man, I'll crop that somebody.
I'm talking about farting on them. You are on a train. You are on a bus. You are standing up.
They know it's me?
You are touching. They
know
absolutely know you just farted on them.
They feel it. They smell it.
They heard it.
And it smells really bad?
I mean, whatever you got
going. It smells
going.
like a fart. I mean, look, man, it might not be the worst fart you've ever blown out there, but there's never been a fart where I say, please do that again. That smells awesome.
Yeah, okay. I'll have someone fart on me.
You know what? I'm right there with you.
Really?
I would almost rather just because it's their fault. Now, if I fart on someone, I'm embarrassed. This is ridiculous. They're going to turn around. I don't know how bad they're going to cost me.
To me, it comes down to a question of would I rather be embarrassed or angry? Right? You know what I mean? Because, like, if I fart on someone else, I'm very embarrassed. There's no doubt about it. I didn't mean to do it. It happened. We both acknowledged that it happened. If you fart on me, well, I'm pissed, man. Like, what are you doing? And I don't know which scenario is better, particularly if you're in public and this person does it to you.
Yep.
I think I'd rather fart on someone else.
No, I'm taking one. I'm taking one of me, man. I really am, because I would feel so bad about farting on someone. That
you never farted on someone?
That I don't know, no.
I mean, and look, here's the difference, too, all right?
I don't believe so.
In the moment, it sucks either way. But like I said, I'd rather be embarrassed than angry. But then you fast forward about a month, and now you're sharing the story with someone. If I farted on someone, I'm probably laughing when I tell the story. Like, I felt so bad.
But if you got farted on, I'm laughing as you tell it.
Yeah, but I don't think it's funny. I'm like, man, this dude farted on me. Like, I'm still angry about it, you know?
A young woman has pled guilty to harassment in UK's first ever cyber farting case after bombarding her boyfriend's ex with videos of her breaking wind. Rihanna Evans appeared at magistrate courts in North Wales and was accused of causing Deborah Prythurch distress and anxiety by sending her inappropriate videos of her farting. The prosecutor told magistrates that the first video, she proceeds to pass gas by placing the camera on her butt and farting. Evans sent 3 videos of her letting it rip on December 22nd, followed by another 4 of the same nature over the next few days. Each video shows her farting, her face smiling then at the camera. Her tooting continued on Boxing Day and New Year's Day, despite police getting wind of what happened. In a victim statement read to court, the woman said she would like to feel safe in my home. Evans was later arrested and admitted she had sent the videos, and prosecutors said she wanted to send videos because she felt her partner was being treated unfairly. It was purely malicious. She was smirking throughout, found it hilarious, but the victim did not. The case is believed to be the first instance of legal action against cyber farting in the United States, in the UK, if not the world.
Yeah, it might be. I hear what you're saying. It is annoying. It's frustrating. You're tired of it. You're getting victimized. I don't know that I would say I feel unsafe.
Yeah. She has been ordered 60 days of alcohol abstinence.
Okay. So she was just getting
Yeah.
hammered and doing this. That makes
hard to the camera.
That don't make it okay. That makes a lot more sense.
I never thought I could get arrested for that.
No.
I would never think in a million years, if I sent farting videos to my ex or someone else's ex, that would cause that to take it to that level where I now am in front of a prosecutor.
Well, I mean, I could see a cease and desist or restraining order or something like that, but not actually getting charged with something.
More of the random Would You Rather question coming up, 206-803.
Hiring is a lonely business. Posting jobs, sifting through resumes, interviews with unqualified applicants, being ghosted. What if you could link with dozens of qualified candidates who are ready to work right now with just one connection? That's Express Employment Professionals. Find us at expresspros.com. One connection, the workforce you need. Problem solved. Express Employment Professionals. expresspros.com.
Yeah, sure thing. Hey, you sold that car yet?
Yeah, sold it to Carvana.
Oh, I thought you were selling to that guy.
The guy who wanted to pay me in foreign currency, no interest, over 36 months? Yeah, no. Carvana gave me an offer in minutes, picked it up, and paid me on the spot. It was so convenient.
Just like that.
Yeah?
No hassle.
None.
That is super convenient.
Sell your car to Carvana and swap hassle for convenience. Pickup fees may apply.
Is your team at work feeling a little disconnected? Maybe the workflow's not flowing? Try Confluence by Atlassian. Confluence is the connected workspace where teams can create, organize, and deliver work like never before. In Confluence, teams can whiteboard their vision for any project, easily create or access the relevant pages and resources they need, and discover important context they might not even know they need. Plus, AI helps teams jumpstart brainstorms, organize information, and connect workflows, so teams can move efficiently and create alignment with ease. In fact, with Confluence, teams can see 5.2% average boost in productivity in 1 year. So if your team lacks confidence, try Confluence, the connected workspace where teams can do it all. Set knowledge free with Confluence. Learn more at Atlassian.com/confluence. That's Atlassian.com/CONFLUENCE.
Plug in a Hyundai EV and the extraordinary happens. From the charge time and range in the Ioniq 5 and 6 to the adventurous spirit of the Kona Electric to the 601 horsepower Ioniq 5N. Hyundai EVs make the extraordinary electrifying. There's joy in every journey.
EPA estimated 303-mile driving range for 2024 Ioniq 5 SE SEL Limited rear-wheel drive and 361-mile driving range for 2024 Ioniq 6 SE long-range rear-wheel drive with fully charged battery. Actual range may vary. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
This podcast is brought to you by Kleenex Lotion Tissues. You can't predict sick days, but with Kleenex Lotion Tissues, you can be better prepared for them while helping keep your skin healthy. Whether it's a surprise sneeze or a stuffy nose, it's always good to have something gentle on hand. Kleenex Lotion Tissues moisturize to help prevent skin irritation while you're battling those unwanted cold and flu symptoms. It's extra care when you need it most. I mean, why not have one less thing to worry about when you're not feeling your best? For whatever happens next, grab Kleenex.
Rock.
The men's room returns with Miles and Thrill.
Who Sucks Less is on the way at 4:30 right after emails and a random Would You Rather question. 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Wes. Welcome to the men's room.
Random.
Happy birthday!
Hola. Hola. Wes, welcome to the program.
Happy Chinooka.
And a random question. Would you rather question? Random. Let's go with this
Sorry,
one.
I didn't sing the Chi-Chi song. My bad.
Oh, no, don't worry. We got that coming up. Here's one. It sounds like I'm dying.
Oh.
Well, you're getting old.
Oh, Lord. All right.
It's like you play that on the last birthday you ever had.
Yeah, dude, like, we're not saying you're going to die soon, but we just thought we'd go a little down tempo.
That would be depressing as hell.
This is the last one you'll ever have, so here it is.
Like you're sick and that's what they play?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if they play that one for you, the doctor's got some news.
Either that or you're like in the 1800s living in Europe in a dark cave.
and have a piano.
Yeah. Let's go with this random would you rather question. Would you rather not know what you're doing tomorrow for 10 years or know exactly what you're doing every day for the next 10 years? In other words, you have no idea what's going on every single day for 10 years, or you know exactly what you're doing every day for the next 10 years.
All right, so I'm married, and so I would rather not know what I'm doing for the next 10 years.
Thank you.
I'm about to retire, and look, my wife's like, honey, we're going to do this with my work friend and blah, blah, blah. Sorry, she has a southern accent. She's like, honey, we're going to do this. And I'm like, all right, baby. All right, cool. I don't know. Look, don't tell me nothing.
I think it would be, well, it wouldn't be bad to have
I get ready in 5 minutes. You know this thrill?
Dude, I was going to say the same thing for that. My wife is super organized, and I am not. So we do balance each other out. But earlier today, she's just telling me about the month of February, saying, man, I had to flip the calendar to February because we have so much going on. That was the quote. And so this thing is sitting on the desk at the home office. And I have this ability, and I'm not making this up, to not see it. I mean, it's right there behind the computer, but I don't look at it because I know that every single day of the week has something written on it.
It's going to make you mad.
And it doesn't necessarily involve me. It's just the point that it's there. And I've told her this a million times, and I stand by this, and I do mean it. Like, look, I'm much easier to do. When I wake up in the morning, I already know that you know what it is we have to do. Just tell me that day, and then I'm like, all right, cool, that's what I'm doing today. But when you tell me all this crap in advance, it just stresses me the F out. I would rather not know.
Well, Miles, my point is, like, look, if I know I have a tea time, I know. That's what I know. That's all I know. And I'm like, hey, baby, we got a tea time.
But if you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, you don't know when to wake up until the next day.
Yeah, but if you called him and said, yo, Wes, man, let's do it. I called you at 5:30 in the morning. Let's do a tea time at 7. Somehow it tells me Wes says, I will meet you there.
I know you could be ready in 5 minutes. You can't drive to the golf course, though, in 45.
Oh, yeah. I got my socks on. I got my sandals on. I won't put on my golf shoes until I get to the first tee box.
Okay.
I'm right there with you. I'd rather not know, man. I don't need to know. And most of the time, and look, bad things might happen, but typically you don't know those are going to happen. But I'm like, look, I'm going to wake up. I know there's something to do. We have kids. Either it involves them, it involves the wife. There's some crap I have to do at work. It doesn't matter. Just tell me day of. And we do pretty well with it because she knows everything that's going on. I know nothing. Even when we get dates at work,
here my problem is this.
I just forward them to her. Like, just write them on the calendar, and then day of or the night before, she'll remind me what it is, and I go, oh, yeah, that's right.
Well, I plan to sleep in at times, just as much as I plan to get up. So every morning, if I did not know what was going on, I'm going to need to get up early to then find out what is going on that day.
Why?
Well, let's just say, okay,
if it's important, people reach out to you.
I'll tell you why. Because I am one of those people who, when I need to go to the dentist for some reason, they set the appointment at like 8 o'clock in the morning. All right? Now, if I don't know that the night before, and I'm only going to find out the next day, okay, I might decide, like, you know, tomorrow, man, I'm going to sleep until 8:30. It's going to be great. Then I wake up at 8:30 and realize, oh, God, I missed my dentist appointment.
Yeah, reschedule.
Well, that's, I did.
mean, like, all right.
You didn't know. But I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it again. And I'm going to do it again. Because I don't. Yeah.
But it gets to the point, they'll call you. They'll remind you. And you go like, oh, crap, right, I got to do that.
Okay. Maybe you should start with just schedule for later.
Well, man, I wish I could. I just can't get into those slots for whatever reason. Like every time, like, could you be here at 7? What time do doctors and dentists, what time do they get to the office?
I don't know, but nobody wants an early appointment. I'm always there at 8. And I said, well, we have 8 available, or we have like 4 in the afternoon. I'm like, well, I'm at work,
Right.
so I will be here at 8 a.m.
Oh, last time dental cleaning. Can you come in at 7? I'm like, no. So they rescheduled me for like 3 weeks later. I'm like, no, I'm not. Why not? I'm like, I'm not going to be there. I promise you I will not make it there.
My doctor's pretty good about getting like a 9 or 10, but the only thing that's weird is I swear to God, if they call me to ask anything, it's between 2 and 6.
Oh, naturally.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
My phone's blowing up right now like crazy. I missed 3 calls within the last 20 minutes.
Because no one knows what you do for a living.
No.
You've kept that under wraps from everyone.
Thank you.
It's amazing.
Reason we asked, would you rather not know what you're doing tomorrow for 10 years or know exactly what you're doing every day for the next 10 years? A woman's selfless service and dedication paid off after her husband woke up from a vegetated state after 10 years. The South China Morning Post says that Sun Hong from a province, I guess, Anhui province, refused to give up on her husband. He slipped into a semi-consciousness coma after a heart attack in 2014. Now, she believed her husband would emerge from his trauma. And according to the news, years of tender and loving care helped him recover. A video clip of the couple has emerged on social media in China. And it shows her sitting next to her husband, who is awake in bed, as tears trickle down his face as his wife tells him about the last 10 years. Although I'm very tired, I feel that everything will make sense once the family is reunited, she said. She recalled the shock and pain she went through when her husband suffered a heart attack, went into a vegetative state, said that the thought of her 2 children inspired her to remain strong and not lose hope. She also added that she wanted to set a good example for her kids. And she said her thoughts were focused on her husband, and time and energy were spent keeping him comfortable during his unconscious state. The long-duration coma caused several, obviously, physical problems, and he needed a tracheotomy to help him breathe and a urinary catheter. Even though it took a lot of hard work and effort, her dedication never wavered. The man's 84-year-old father expressed his gratitude for the sacrifices she made. It is because of my daughter-in-law. She is better than a daughter. No one can compare with her. She says that he is the love of her life, and she would never leave him.
Good Lord, man. It'd be one thing if you went into a coma in, 1872 and woke up in 1882. What's changed? Bob got a new horse. Between 2014 and 2024, just the way technology is and it's everything in the world, it would be mind-blowing, I think, to explain to people what's happened in just the 10 years that you've been away.
I would say shocking things to people, my loved one, to see if that would cause them to wake up.
All right.
Just based on principle. Like they're kind of in, I think they're there.
I slept with your sister. And she's awake.
No. Like, it would be more like, do you mind if I go out with your sister tonight and sleep with her? It would not be the after effect. It would be right. It'd be asking permission to do this.
Oh, I'd have to go after effect.
Listen, do you mind if I go to a brothel for a week on vacation while you're here? It'd be things like that. Just to see, is there anybody inside there?
I think you would know quickly.
Yes. I think they would be like, no.
No.
So I'm in the coma from 2015 to 2025?
Well, 14 to 24, but either way, same difference, right?
Yeah, that would be crazy.
Just how much?
Like the Chiefs dominate, and they don't get upset, people, but you just be like, the apprentice guy. That guy is the president.
Was president. Not for the second time.
And then he got elected a second time, but Biden was in the middle. I'd be like, this is crazy talk.
All right, so but think about one of the other things. You bring up Trump. I don't think anyone would have predicted that. Bruce Jenner. I don't think he had transitioned yet. So you're like, remember that guy in the Wheaties box, Bruce Jenner? Here's a picture of her now.
Yeah.
But you're just like, wait, what? You'd be like, yeah, hey, man, these are the things that happen. These are the things that happen while you were gone.
Random.
That would be wild.
Even more than technology, just talking about people, I think would blow people's minds. Hello, John. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, becholas.
Hola.
John, welcome to the program. Random question. Let's go with this one. In the wild, would you rather come face to face with an elephant or a rabid bear? Elephant or rabid bear?
I'm going to say elephant.
You're going to say an elephant?
I'm right there with you, man.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. A rabid bear, you have no idea what it's going to do.
Yes, you do. It's just none of it's good. I feel like if an elephant is done with you, from the video that somebody showed us, it headbutts you and it's kind of done. It'll still mess with your body, but you are no longer aware of whatever it's doing. A rabid bear, like bears.
Have you ever heard of a rabid bear?
Not before I saw that headline today, and I thought to myself, this poor son of a bitch doing whatever he was doing, it's bad enough to bump into a bear. But this bear has rabies. Right? I mean, just this guarantees that any of the suggestions they give, stop, drop, roll, whatever it is, like, none of that's going to work because it has rabies.
Yeah. Yeah, all the things that you've been taught.
Excuse me. The elephant would probably be bad, but at least
it'd be bad.
It's just a normal elephant. Whereas the rabid bear, it's like, well, he's gonna attack me.
Ted, when I was trying to leave the area where we were staying on safari, and there was an elephant in front of the hotel with a young one.
Oh.
Now, this is where you don't, and I started walking out, and the lady woman was like, no. And I walked to the front of the entrance, and there were about 12 of them. And they were just kind of moving through in a pack. But the one that was pretty close to the door, one of the bigger ones in the group, and also had a baby. And that's when you really need to watch your ass.
Yes.
I mean, and they were like, seriously, man, everybody back up. We will leave your bags out there, because they were all up in the front waiting for a shuttle van. And basically we walked back as far as we could. And somebody did go out there and shoo them away. But, I mean...
How do you shoo away? It's one thing to say elephants, but like you said, there's a baby there where everything changes, right?
And there's always a baby.
Right.
There's always a baby. There's always a baby. It's like it's like getting on a plane. There's always a baby.
But what do you do to...
You just wait
shoo
for
them
it.
away?
I don't know.
What'd they do?
They're just eating. They're basically just...
No, I thought you said they shoot him away, though.
It was on the other side of the fence, so I'm not exactly sure what... But they started to walk, and then the guy behind him with the big stick, he was just kind of following them out.
The guy, does that stick protect you from these elephants?
I don't know. I think it just makes noise
it does
when
not.
you're banging on stuff. The reason we asked, would you rather deal with an elephant or a rabid bear in the wild? A bear attacked a Pennsylvania man as he was walking along a trail in a wooded area. And authorities have now confirmed the animal did in fact have rabies. Andrew Nearer was walking from his house to a store in Jim Thorpe, Pennsylvania.
Yep.
When the black bear approached, and though he tried to avoid it, it jumped at him and started biting and scratching him. The state's game commission called those abnormal behaviors for that species. A neighbor who saw what was happening ended up going outside with a rifle and shooting the bear while it was on top of him. Then the remains of the bear were tested, and he received medical treatment for rabies and is expected to make a full recovery. He said he actually feels bad for the bear. They really do not bother you, he said. They're hungry. They're starving. They are supposed to be in hibernation, but the weather here is just weird. It's hot, it's cold, it's warm, it's cold. It could have been a lot worse. Now, back in the 1970s, in Pennsylvania, there were about 4,000 black bears in existence. Now the population is estimated at 18,000.
Damn.
Leading to an increase in human bear encounters in the state. And while rabies in bears is rare, and a case emerging in a given area usually is isolated. Rabies does pose a risk to all mammals. In this particular case, male bears typically den alone, therefore reducing the risk of other bears being exposed. So they're hoping that was a good thing.
So
the
it was a
guy
male bear
who got attacked by a rabid bear, he survived.
Okay, well, somebody here says that a black bear, brown bear, polar bear. I understand your point, but like black bear's the only one I believe you got a chance of surviving.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even a polar bear in a good mood end you. A grizzly bear in a good mood is going to end you. A black bear, you can fight it off, but you're taking more damage than you'd like.
Right. Brown bears are massive and aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the death of a tourist on safari in South Africa is being called tragic.
Oh.
South African
Not
National
celebrated?
Parks on Saturday said a tourist was charged and trampled by an elephant while in Kruger National Park.
Is that where you were?
That's right. And has passed away. A follow-up post identified the deceased as a South African resident who was 59 years old. They have indicated the deceased tourist was a grandfather who died while trying to protect his grandkids, according to the park.
Good on him.
While the incident remains under investigation, initial eyewitness accounts indicated that the family parked close to the reception area of the entrance, and the children ran past the bridge and into the bush.
Jeez, man.
To see an elephant, whereupon an individual elephant from a nearby herd charged at them. So they were going for it, and then another one came in like,
yeah.
The deceased rushed to assist his grandchildren. That is when he was chased and trampled by one of the animals. He succumbed to his injuries on the scene. And they add that the elephant that was responsible for the death could not be identified, as there were several of them in the vicinity, and they immediately moved away while people were trying to save the life of the deceased. USA Today reports that tourists are permitted to drive through that area of Kruger National Park, but they're not supposed to exit the vehicles. So when the kids took off out of the car and ran across the bridge, he went after them to try to get him back into the car.
Yeah, pure instinct, man.
And they say no part of your body may protrude from a window or sunroof, and doors should remain closed at all times.
Look, these are kids, so and the grandfather's trying to save them. So to me, this is all forgivable. We understand how it happens. There's a video about 2 years ago. I do not know what this couple was fighting about, but they're driving through a safari park. Do you remember this? And you can't really tell they're bickering at first, but the car comes to a stop, and the woman gets out, slams the door, and just folds her arms, right? The telltale sign that there's an argument. Husband gets out of the driver's side, and he's trying to plead with her, and she's just nodding her, shaking her head like, no, arms folded all tight. And as she's going through a leopard grabbed her ass and drug her into the jump. Yeah, and the dude's just kind of stares.
And that was the end of the argument.
I mean, just like, man, you're an adult at a safari park. I don't care how mad you are. Keep your dumb ass inside of the car. Yeah, leopard snatched her up. She was gone. Hello, Mike. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola. Mike, welcome to the program. Random question. All right, here's another weird question for you, random style. Would you rather be sitting on a toilet that explodes or get hit by a hammer? Would you rather sit on an exploding toilet or get hit by a hammer?
Where is that? Does it say where I'm getting hit?
We'll say you get hit by a hammer on the head.
A hammer on the head, man. Exploding toilet is a bad way to go.
Okay, but there's no guarantee you're going to die in either one of these.
Now, is this toilet like exploding?
Hammer, I feel like even if you're getting hit in the hammer, I mean, like you're probably getting knocked out at the very least.
You would almost hope that you
I'm
do.
still taking the hammer just because I've had head injuries.
Yeah.
So, like, all right. But, like, that exploding toilet, even if I survive, that might do some damage to my...
Yeah, you got a butt full of shrapnel now. And,
okay. And your boys are exposed at that point in time. For
I don't get medals out for that.
Not a porcelain claymore at that point. Yeah, I'm passing on the toilet.
Okay.
Porcelain claymore.
I think I tend to agree with you on this one, but these two stories go the complete opposite direction again. A guy in Pittsburgh landed in the hospital this past Monday after he used a bathroom at City Hall, and the toilet exploded.
Damn.
It was near the mayor's office. It was just bad plumbing. The toilet tank shattered and sent shards of porcelain flying throughout the bathroom. A spokesperson said a fixture in the toilet had failed. The 65-year-old man who was using the toilet ended up with a gash on the inside of his leg. They did describe some other minor and non-life-threatening injuries, but he did have an open wound. The building is over 100 years old. It does need renovations.
You don't say.
And local media recently reported on peeling paint, broken urinals, moldy water fountains, and everything else. But he's at City Hall. He's on the toilet, and it explodes. This one is not so good. An accident during an indoor track meet at the University of Colorado, Colorado Springs, resulted in the death of an audience member on Sunday, according to the university. Incident took place at 9:30 at a field house during a club sports track and field event for high school students across Colorado. An attending spectator was struck by a thrown weight hammer during the meet. He tried to block the hammer from hitting his grandkids.
Geez, here we are again.
Yep. It is known also as a weight...
Stop doing stuff with your grandkids.
Weight
don't
throw.
Protect them.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think's better?
Well, basically, the hammer is a metal ball attached to a handle by a length of wire. You know what this is. They spin around and let it go.
Yeah.
He saw it coming, and his grandchildren stepped in the way, and he was pronounced dead at the scene.
Oh.
The identity of the man has not been released yet, but death by track meet.
See, right, but that's the hammer throw, right?
That is the hammer
So it's
throw.
not that. It's not
an actual hammer. It's a hammer that they use. They call it the hammer throw. But it's really just a ball.
It's a giant bowling ball at the end of a string and a hook.
Chain, exactly. Chain, stick, ball. They threw this thing around, man. See, I'd always think you'd go by javelin. That would seem to be the way that
people get hit with javelins and they're okay.
I mean, Yeah, I mean, they don't die. Maybe that's the best way to put
theory,
it. Yeah.
but still. Well, the shot put, right? You see people do that. Now imagine that on a chain and a dude swinging it. That's basically what the hammer throw is.
Yep, exactly.
Who Sucks Less is coming up at 4:30, and we've got your emails on the way next from the men's room at KISW.com.
Presented by T-Mobile, the official wireless partner of Odyssey Sports. With an awesome network and great savings, there's never been a better time to join T-Mobile. Visit your neighborhood store to make the switch today.
Marketers, are you ready to make an impact with audio advertising? People are hungry for authentic connections in a world buzzing all around us. How do you cut through the noise and truly reach your audience? Visit stateofaudio.com to see Odyssey's State of Audio, the Trends Report. Uncover the secrets to high-impact creative. Learn how AI is revolutionizing the industry and get ahead of the curve on measurement and audience trends. Don't just stay in the game, win it. Visit stateofaudio.com and download your free copy.
Escape to paradise with a relaxing 6-night stay in the iconic islands of Tahiti and Moorea. Enjoy an all-inclusive nonstop flight to Tahiti from Seattle or Los Angeles on Air Tahiti Nui, the world's most immersive travel experience. From the vibrant cabins to the warm and welcoming crew, you will be transported to Tahiti from the moment you step on board. This dream getaway also includes beautiful accommodations, excursions, daily breakfast, all transfers, and more, starting at just $26.95 per person. Call 1-877-468-2448 to book yours today.
Lovers wants to know, ever forget Valentine's Day in the past? Need to make up for it? Do it and them right this time with the perfect pleasure present from Lovers stores. Whether you're looking for spicy toys, alluring lingerie, or exciting accessories, Lovers has it all. Save 20% when you mention unforgettable at one of our 18 Western Washington locations. Offer valid with free Lovers Afterglow Rewards membership until February 28th. Some exclusions apply.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith. Slow drain being a pain? Call Pinky. That pipe's being a little leaky? Call Pinky. When the toilet won't flush and you're in a rush? Call Pinky. When your shower lost all its spray power? Call Pinky. When your sink's on the blink? Call Pinky. Pinky's Plumbing promises to lick all your plumbing problems quick. So when your plumbing backs up and things get stinky, call Pinky's. Pinky'sPlumbing.com.
Are you a bartender that dreads the phrase, hey, can you put the game on? At Sports on What, we understand your pain and we're here to help. Over-the-air, satellite, cable, or streaming, Sports on What knows what channel the game is on, and you can too. Follow your favorite teams, set alerts, and filter by provider to get the results you need. Stop wasting time searching and never miss kickoff again. Just download the Sports on What app, and you'll always know how to watch the game. Available for Android and iOS. Start your 7-day free trial when you download Sports on What and subscribe today.
The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to The Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Coming up at 4:30, the return of Who Sucks Less. But first time for a few emails to the men's room at KISW.com. Jump right into these very special birthdays today. Guys, my son Jackson with an X is turning 16 today. He has been asking us for years to send in a birthday shout-out for him. So can Coach Ted give him a pep talk about the importance of turning in his schoolwork so he can get good grades and get his guitars back? And can he get a Holy Espro and a Homer Simpson fish sandwich? Thanks, guys. He really loves the show. That from Mom and from Dad.
Holy J.
What's his name again, Miles?
His name is Jackson with an X.
All right, Jackson.
Sandwich. Are you sure?
Listen up, Jackson. I get it. You're a guitar guy, music dude. You're around the fire meeting chicks. I was a sports guy. But we still have the same problem, all right? Coaches don't let you play if you don't have good sports. Your parents aren't going to let you play the guitar unless you have good grades. My bad, good grades. And listen, Coach's not going to sit here and tell you how much he loves school. Some of it can suck. Some of it can be a struggle. You're 16, man. Turn in the schoolwork, then you can play music on the weekends. It's that friggin' simple. Coach doesn't want to have this conversation next year.
Yeah. Just do the work.
All the naked ladies, and you can have fun. If you just do one thing.
Just do the work. Look, your grades still might suck, but when the effort is put in, they go, okay, we know what to work with.
Yeah.
I do not have kids. I don't know why I feel like this. Jackson, I've never had this conversation. Just do the work.
Jackson, if you do well in school, you can get away with murder.
Oh, dude, you'd be stunned.
You can do the dumbest crap, but if your grades are
Jackson,
good,
why is there crime tape around your bedroom and a blood stain? Well, Mom, I'm all A's. You know what? No questions.
Yep, seriously.
He couldn't have done it.
No.
He's an A student.
All the naked ladies, we'd like to wish our good friend Pontiac drag racer from Classical Gas, Clay, a very happy birthday. Hell of a car builder and a friend to all in the Pontiac community. I did not know that there was a Pontiac community.
It's getting smaller by the year.
Dude.
Oh, yeah.
Massive.
Running around in Fieros. Can we get him your penis is too small? You like that. And the Dirty Germans talking racing Clay in drag. From his friends at Classical Gas, the Gasser Brothers, and the Trickler.
So, it's the hardest part is just running up and sounds of Speedway in my heels.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Anytime I race, I'm in drag. And I look damn good doing it.
So,
imagine the first time we went to American drag racing. Like, wait, they're in cars?
Dude, I'm not kidding you. A couple summers ago, we're sitting at my sister's house. She's talking about the neighbor across the street that he's in drag races. And they're like, yeah, they're down at the VFW or whatever. And like, as I'm coming back from running an errand, I just go, how in the hell are they having a drag race in a parking lot that tiny?
How long did it take you to piece it together?
Right. And then they all started laughing. They're like, no, like drag queens. I was like, oh. Uh-huh. Obviously, we know this guy's racing cars.
They still might be in drag.
That'd be kind of wild.
The double drag race.
All the dinosaurs, please wish a happy 25th birthday with 6 years of experience to my somewhat smart and beautiful land whale of a wife, Victoria.
Land whale?
Land whale of a wife, Victoria. Okay. She is 38 weeks pregnant with our second child.
All right. Jesus, dude. I still wouldn't say that.
Nope.
And she could use some motivational quotes, not dad jokes from Miles. To get her to the finish line, especially since she is planning to give birth without any pain medication. That's what they always say going on.
Don't do what you want to do, and I understand it's a very personal decision. My wife had made that decision with our first kid, and about 20 minutes into it, she's like, put the needle in me.
I know a couple women that have done it all natural.
How do they describe it? Just exactly what we think?
Yeah, I mean, the second one, obviously, they were going to do it at home with a doula, and it happened so quick, my buddy Jesse had to deliver the baby.
Ted, just know this, like a lot of things, like you stretch that rubber band out, it's brand new, and you shoot it 40 feet. You keep shooting that thing, man. Before you know it's only going 5 feet. So the first child, use the drugs. The second child, you're a little bit more prepared down there.
My son he's the second. He almost fell out of that thing.
Yeah. It's just like this. If you have sex with someone who's never had a child, it's way different than if you've had sex with somebody who has. As far as, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like putting on a big glove or putting on a real tight isotoper. You know,
I think they come back to form. I've dated a couple single moms. I couldn't tell the difference.
Okay.
Did you let them know that? Yeah, I can't even tell.
All right.
I thought this thing was going to be huge.
Yeah. Victoria also needs
this is all right.
Some Coach Ted on having a healthy and balanced diet. Random sound bites as well there, Mike. Dealer's choice. That from the meter reader from Monroe.
That's fun.
Coach is not a dumb man. Coach knows a lot of things in life. Coach isn't going to give a ton of advice to a pregnant woman. Now, have I heard that maybe cravings aren't real? Sure. But also, you're pregnant. I don't know. Does it have to be that balanced? If I was you, I'd be eating those peanut butter and pickle sandwiches.
Seriously.
Yeah, I just don't have an excuse. I'm just a weirdo.
Right. Yeah. And I know, meter reader, you don't want any jokes, but I really don't have any motivational quotes for someone who's pregnant.
You know what I mean? What about...
push.
Yeah.
Well, I do have a joke.
Push it.
Push it real good.
Guys, a woman was 3 months pregnant when she fell into a deep coma and woke up about 6 months later. She asked the doctors about her baby. The doctor said, you had twins, a boy and a girl. They are both fine. And guess what? Your brother named them both for you. The woman says, no, not my brother. He is an idiot. Okay, what did my brother name the girl? The doctor says, he named the girl Denise. Woman says, oh, that's actually a nice name. What about the boy? Doctor says, the nephew.
Oh, all right.
Guys, shout out to my mom. Hope she has a great birthday. Can you give her a burp fart, a bong rip, and a happy Chinooka? Thanks, guys, from OGB and the Crab Daddy. Crab Daddy.
Happy Chinooka.
Guys, please give a birthday shout out to my incredible son, Randy. He's turning 16 and will be licensed to drive soon. So how about a Alan Thicke? Oh, look out. Are your penis is too small, and you guys talking all over yourselves about new drivers on the road. Happy birthday. Lots of love from Mom and from Dad. Thanks, guys. Love the show.
Uh-oh, look out.
Don't worry about the new drivers. Worry about the ones that have been on the road for a long time.
You can't even tell the difference.
Really paying attention. The ones that have been driving for a while, they're the idiots.
You have an excuse.
They're not paying attention because they think they can drive.
They're still using blinkers.
Exactly.
You must be new drivers. Blinkers on.
Guys, let's see. How about some favorite drops there from Mike and the Dirty Germans on what I, Michelle, will do for Philip's birthday, which is today.
Chestnut! You're not God or my father or my boss.
You, eh?
Yeah, exactly how old is this Philip?
We don't know.
Yeah, then I can't say exactly what you might be doing on Philip's birthday. Well, I think you'll be doing the exact same thing. It's just whether or not Philip can watch.
Yeah, you know what? Honestly, I've talked to this Philip, and it's a dirty job, and I can tell you what he wants you to do. It's the dirty dishes already.
Use your screwdriver, Philip.
Hey-o.
Yeah, look out.
Ooh, screwdriver jokes.
And I got a very special birthday announcement myself.
Heather Graham?
No. She is, Heather Graham is 55 years old.
Yeah.
The cool thing about that is she was born on my actual birthday.
That is correct.
So if I ever meet her, first thing I'm doing is I'm whipping out my ID and I'm like, look, man.
Oh, whipping out your ID. Thank you.
We are birthday buddies. We are born on the same exact day. Now, will you please have some sex with me?
Now, when she says no, you're going to be heartbroken? Or
Not really, but I'm still going to ask. Hey, look, man, we came into this world together. Let's bring one into this world together. And hey, but seriously, in all honesty, a very happy 45th birthday to our buddy Gregor, morning show guy on the end, who's been there forever. We share the same birthday, and he is 45 years old today. So I requested Corner Shop Brimful of Asha to see if he would play this morning. Not sure that he did, but he did play I Can't Drive 55 from Sammy Hagar.
I see what he did there. And happy birthday to you, man. 55 years on this planet. We're 20 years deep in Seattle, which means you were young when we got here.
And because of that, I'm going to make you sing the birthday song all by yourself, and I'm just going to sit here.
I'm going to
listen.
Might get some sound effects in there for you.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
I mean, it's Miles' birthday. Give him something special.
Jeez Louise.
Snap a picture of yourself.
What else should we do here?
You got to give it too small. Dip responsibly.
By the way, today is a National Chip Day.
It's a National Chip Day.
Dip responsibly, man. Get some Men's San Juan salsa there, roasted red.
Dip responsibly.
Enjoy your evening there.
You know what, honestly? Go crazy, Miles. It's your birthday. Dip irresponsibly tonight.
Ted's never said that before.
No, never.
All right, Steve, you'll now serenade me with my birthday song.
I will, and if you're listening at home, please sing along. This is for our very own Miles Montgomery lady, who 55 years ago today was brought onto this planet, and things got a little bit creepier for everyone.
You, eh?
Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you. To you. To you.
Yes.
Ooh.
Bitches.
Yas, a Dirty Germans, brought to you by Men's Room Original
That's kind of
Sausage.
impressive.
Available through Uli's World Famous Sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Schweinefleisch.
Now, the men's room wants to know who sucks last?
It's time for Who Sucks Last. Steven Thrill, you bring us 3 stories from the news each and every week. They all suck, but it's up to us to determine, out of those 3 stories, which one sucks the least. Now, if you happen to follow KISW on Facebook, Twitter, and on Instagram, the debate is already underway on Who Sucks Less.
Yes, indeed. And as always, we have 3 stories for you to share. Where all the stories suck, it's up to you to come up with which one sucks the least. Now, I did prepare one for this week, but, Mike, it is Miles' birthday. So I thought, maybe let's do a special one where you and Ted debate. I'm just going to give you the general topic, and then you guys decide which scenario you think sucks the least.
All right.
And like
I can't debate.
And I mean, you can.
Take a play.
No, I think you can offer your insights should you want to add or subtract anything from these stories. But just on the surface, if we're talking clickbait, these would be the headlines. Man getting mouth hugs secretly eats fried chicken while the performance is going on. And there's more to it than that. Obviously, you have the opportunity. You're dating a young woman. She wants to give you a mouth hug. You make it back to the place, but you did get food because you're both hungry. But the fried chicken, which is for both of you, is sitting on the coffee table in front of you, and you delicately reach across so as not to disturb what it is she's doing, and then you get to eating the fried chicken. That's one. Second story, man and car plows down a family of quail. All right, so you're in the car, here's some quail, and you decide, I'm going to drive through these sons of bitches, leaving what has been described, and I quote, a pink mist. Well, that mist is not cotton candy. That is the end of a family of birds that could have gone on to do great things. We will never know now because those quail were wiped out. But finally, as far as your clickbait headlines, and I'm sure there's more to the story, imagine a young man beheading bunnies in his own backyard. It sounds savage. It sounds brutal. The excuse, of course, is that they had a lawnmower. That doesn't mean you couldn't see bunnies. But either way, that lawnmower with a spinning blade, I don't know how many revolutions per second, but this bad boy's just spinning, mowing down grass. And then it turns out, not just grass, it can cut through the necks of bunnies. Bunnies, plural, by the way, their little heads removed from their bodies. Lifeless little fur balls. Literally at that point, fur balls with feet, heads gone. So again, the general stories are you're getting a mouth hug from a woman who's willing to do it for you, and you're going to eat fried chicken and maybe spill crumbs in her hair. Mowing down a family of quail in your car. A family, not like a quail, but a family of quail, or another cute little cuddly family of bunnies who tragically had their heads removed from their bodies at a ridiculous velocity to bleed out in someone's backyard. Yeah.
Steve, do you know if the chicken that was consumed during the mouth hug there, do we know if the woman had intention to eat the chicken as well?
I know she.
Let me talk to a source, Miles.
I did know.
Save it for you.
Look.
Did she get any chicken?
It's 2:00 in the morning. All right. We stop. We stop at the convenience store, which makes fried chicken all night long, 24-hour convenience store.
Delicious fried chicken.
Okay, they give it to you in a rectangular box that you've seen at Popeyes, KFC, and everything else, right? They also put in these potato wedges that have been dipped in the same batter that they use to fry the chicken.
Lovely.
So they take it to a next level. They actually use the batter on those potato logs, is what they call them. Also, 2 rolls are included on this order, and it was a full family order, which included 2 thighs, 2 wings, and 2 legs. No breasts.
All right.
Okay? But either way, I can see the steam coming up from the middle of the slit on the top of the rectangular box. I can smell the fried chicken. My first move was to pop one of the corners to open the box.
This was a covert operation that you were doing here.
Slowly opened the box with 2 fingers.
How delicate were you in this operation so as not to let her know?
Boom. It looked like a nuclear bomb of delicious chicken smoke went up when I popped the top off this thing because the chicken was hot.
See, I'm quite familiar with these stories. I will say this. Running over the rabbits...
With the lawnmower,
with the lawnmower.
And they were bunnies, not rabbits.
My impression is that's a young man, enterprising, trying to make some money.
No.
I used to run a 42-inch skag, so I know how this could happen. So I'm going to let that one go.
But you weren't earning money.
I was not.
All right, well, he's doing it for fun.
But the bottom line, I had to. It was the yard.
I think that one sucks the least. I think what sucks the most is his chicken story.
No.
Because it's the start of a constant disrespect of women.
No, it
started with chicken.
I'll tell you what it was, Ted. Here's what it was. The thigh was on the top, and they did kind of an extra crunchy chicken, right? And there's that big fatty skin piece of just delicious
I can see it, man. Yeah.
So I delicately pulled off the skin top corner of the thigh, and I put that in my mouth. Success. As I'm eating this and sucking on it, it is so good that I honestly... I need another piece of skin, but there is a chicken leg there, which is a one-armed eating utensil. So I grabbed the chicken leg, and I slowly started to eat the chicken. There's one in there for her. I'm eating my own.
Oh, she gets one.
Well, I get one.
Was she shocked that some chicken had been consumed when she's done?
No, I was.
There's crumbs in her hair.
That was the problem when I was rotating the chicken leg. The crumbs were falling off, and she noticed one bounced off my stomach.
See, now, Ted, I agree with you on one aspect, but I'm going to disagree with you on who actually sucks least. I think it's the quail that sucks the least. I think it's just a man driving down the road. And you know what? Birds, I've seen it myself. I have witnessed it myself that birds will come out of nowhere, especially a whole family of the doggone things. And they're low flyers. They know that the road's there, and then they will fly right in front of it, and they will get blitzed by themselves.
That was not.
We don't know the mental state of these doggone quail.
I will say this, though. I suggested that we eat first. I do remember that because I was starving. You know, you have those days like when you're poor, you really don't eat all day.
Right.
That was the meal of the day. Like, I'm ready to eat this
But I'm
chicken.
with her. Let's get the sex out of the way, then
Exactly.
eat.
She was doing...
She's doing you
chicken,
two favors.
This chicken is hot. It's like when you get home tonight with a crock pot. You're going to take a bite of that chicken.
I'd rather have sex first.
You're not going to wait.
Yes.
Right.
If somebody said, hey, I'm going to do a mouth hug, and then I'd be like, okay, I'll wait. Because
you can't
I
reach for the
respect
crock pot.
women.
And like you're saying, she wasn't even just like, hey, let's get down to the sex. Like, hey, let me hook you up. You know what?
I'm not
This
even
has been a
asking for
great night.
anything.
Let me hook you up.
They put that nasty, let me spit on
And
my
then we'll
tire.
get into that delicious chicken. And then all of a sudden she looks up, and what do you know? Her mouth...
I don't even know how much of this I believe.
Mike,
Like he was eating a biscuit.
I also bit into a roll.
See?
And I took the coleslaw out because I did not want it to get warm because the chicken was so
No,
hot.
you didn't want the coleslaw. I know you. You didn't want the coleslaw.
I wanted the coleslaw. I just wanted it cold. I was just putting stuff on the
Did you
counter.
dip it in the gravy before you bit into it,
Why
Montgomery?
did you bring this woman home? Obviously, chicken is more important.
We were both very hungry.
Yeah. She wasn't as hungry as you.
Did you give her a sanitary nap when you were done?
That didn't come with 2 sanitary napkins and 2 sporks. Back in the day. Yep.
Did you at least hook her up and let her eat chicken?
Oh, yeah, we ate the chicken.
No. I'm saying, did you hook her up and let her eat chicken?
Oh,
while you were
God,
doing it?
no. I
Damn
waited
it,
until I was done
Miles.
eating.
See?
She said you liked it with greasy fingers, so I said, all right, let's wait.
I like, you know what? He's lying. He just went to sleep. He's like, I'm already done eating.
Fried chicken.
Full.
Shot of the Day's coming up at 5:08. You are listening to The Men's Room.
Hiring is a lonely business. Posting jobs, sifting through resumes, interviews with unqualified applicants, being ghosted. What if you could link with dozens of qualified candidates who are ready to work right now with just one connection? That's Express Employment Professionals. Find us at expresspros.com. One connection, the workforce you need. Problem solved. Express Employment Professionals. expresspros.com.
Wow.
What's up?
I just bought and financed a car through Carvana in minutes.
You? The person who agonized 4 weeks over whether to paint your walls eggshell or off-white bought and financed a car in minutes?
They made it easy. Transparent terms, customizable down and monthly. Didn't even have to do any paperwork.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Hey, have you checked out that spreadsheet I sent you for our dinner options?
Finance your car with Carvana and experience total control. Financing subject to credit approval.
Plug in a Hyundai EV and the extraordinary happens. From the charge time and range in the Ioniq 5 and 6 to the adventurous spirit of the Kona Electric to the 601 horsepower Ioniq 5N. Hyundai EVs make the extraordinary electrifying. There's joy in every journey.
EPA estimated 303-mile driving range for 2024 Ioniq 5 SE SEL limited rear-wheel drive and 361-mile driving range for 2024 Ioniq 6 SE long-range rear-wheel drive with fully charged battery. Actual range may vary. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
Is your team at work feeling a little disconnected? Maybe the workflow's not flowing? Try Confluence by Atlassian. Confluence is the connected workspace where teams can create, organize, and deliver work like never before. In Confluence, teams can whiteboard their vision for any project, easily create or access the relevant pages and resources they need, and discover important context they might not even know they need. Plus, AI helps teams jumpstart brainstorms, organize information, and connect workflows, so teams can move efficiently and create alignment with ease. In fact, with Confluence, teams can see 5.2% average boost in productivity in 1 year. So if your team lacks confidence, try Confluence, the connected workspace where teams can do it all. Set knowledge free with Confluence. Learn more at Atlassian.com/confluence. That's ATLASSIAN.com/CONFLUENCE.
This podcast is brought to you by Kleenex Lotion Tissues. You can't predict sick days, but with Kleenex Lotion Tissues, you can be better prepared for them while helping keep your skin healthy. Whether it's a surprise sneeze or a stuffy nose, it's always good to have something gentle on hand. Kleenex Lotion Tissues moisturize to help prevent skin irritation while you're battling those unwanted cold and flu symptoms. It's extra care when you need it most. I mean, why not have one less thing to worry about when you're not feeling your best? For whatever happens next, grab Kleenex.
99.9 KISW. The shenanigans continue. This is the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Coming up at 5:08, we will drink a toast with the shot of the day. And we do have your headlines on the way at 5:50. But first, quick check out Mike Hawk and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
Thank you, Miles. Difficult work leads to greater career fulfillment, according to new research.
Well, yeah, typically they go ahead and
Say that again?
Difficult work leads to, shoot, I just had it here.
Oh, I see.
Greater career fulfillment.
Yeah, I mean, look, man, if the projects or whatever it is you have in front of you are challenging, you execute it and get it done in spite of all the nightmares that went into making it be successful, you're kind of good after that.
Right.
You know, one, the bosses know you can handle crap. Two, you know you can handle crap. And you learn a lot from your mistakes. Like, look, there's a way to do this better the next time this comes up.
Well, and putting the stress on it is you can feel more accomplished at the end of it.
Absolutely.
You know, you've overcome something there.
But also, to me, it also means, like, you know, what would have been a 30-minute meeting is now a 10-minute meeting because you know the 20 minutes are the fat you can trim.
Apparently, drones do a better job of warding off bears than guard dogs.
I believe that. Because a dog has a scent, and it is recognized as an animal.
Correct.
A bear can assess whether or not it can take this animal on. A drone is, what is this weird-ass, smelly mechanical thing dropping from the sky?
Make a noise.
Right. You know, it's the same thing that, you know, aliens will do a better job of warding off the average Joe than an invading country. You know,
Yeah,
something
exactly.
like that.
If you can't comprehend what you're saying, fear is generally the first response.
That's right. Someone did the math on how big our wings would need to be if humans could fly like birds. So basically, if we had like a bird's wings.
Based on our weight.
It does vary because of people's height, people's weight. People's
I'm saying average 36 feet. Full wingspan.
I'll say 20.
20 feet. Ted, any kind of a ballpark there on what the wingspan would be of your average person. The one that they did here.
15?
15 feet.
20
okay.
seems giant.
So they did.
We're heavy, though, man. Just the way
I guess
we're
you're
built.
right. 10 feet on each side, yeah.
They did the math for a 5-foot tall person that's 155 pounds.
So a child.
It would take the wingspan about 20 feet.
Damn.
Just to lift that.
So a normal person would be closer.
Yeah, your more average height is going to,
I mean, think about it. Birds are built to be light based on the fact that they do fly.
Another theory that I also heard is that to make us anatomically correct, our chest bone would have to jut out like
I've
crazy.
seen that before, yeah.
You know, because our pectorals would need to be there in order to
Yeah.
actually pull those doggone things down.
Not me, man. I'm doing cables.
Doing that.
Not you, Miles. No, dude.
You're
you
fine.
need wings.
Yeah,
you need
man.
wings. Yeah. That's right.
It's been talked about all day long, but it's a day that comes for us once a year, except for you leap baby freaks. It's our birthday. Just trying to get on that subject because
Leap baby freaks.
You're darn right. It did one birthday every 4 years.
You
I don't
never
know.
deep down wished your birthday was February 29th.
Hell yeah.
Wouldn't
I
it make it
guarantee
more
you-
special, though?
You know, it's cool.
That's
right?
the whole thing is that, yes, when it's actually your birthday, I'm sure it's more special. But I guarantee you, people that have their birthday on the 29th hate the fact that their birthday's on the 29th.
Do you celebrate it on the 28th?
I
or
think the
March
older
1st?
you get, the more you appreciate that.
I
Maybe.
think that's
Well,
true.
you're
of all
right.
things.
But when
Everybody
you're a
Josh.
kid, it sucks.
It's like the Olympics.
No.
No?
You still get a birthday.
Yeah.
It's not like having a Christmas birthday.
You do, but your birthday also falls during the school year, and while all the other kids are getting their little birthday that's inside the school, yours gets passed over because 28th came and the third
You
and
would
the
get,
first
get all
came.
these dumb emails like I do, like, happy birthday from Geico.
Mike, I think you're
Thanks,
thinking about
Geico.
having the 29th. Like, my buddy has one. He loved it since we were teenagers.
Well, he's weird, Ted.
I mean,
It's also- it's
your
also-
birthday sucks. I mean, let's
Yeah.
if you're a kid and it's the day before Christmas, this is both the birthday and the Christmas gift.
Right, but like for Josh, man, it was always cool. And also as a friend, it's easy to remember.
Yes,
Exactly.
And you'll have to remember once every 4 years. What day does he celebrate it if it's not leap year?
You know what? I think whatever day is closer to a Saturday.
That's a good call.
Boom.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way his parents. I mean, that's the same way he does. I mean, look, he's got teenage daughters. I don't think he does much
He
celebrating.
don't even care anymore.
No,
Yeah, he's at the point that his birthday doesn't mean anything anymore anyway.
but it's just hard to remember buddies' birthdays.
Yeah, true enough.
Not yours.
Right, mine's easy. Josh's is easy. My cousin's on July 4th. He's goddamn Captain America.
Damn. Great. Let's get some more birthday facts.
The men's room top 10. The men's room top 10. 10 facts.
fascinating facts about birthdays. What a hoot. Today, Thomas Magnum, a.k.a. Tom Selleck, turns 80.
Damn.
Give me that mustache.
Wow.
It's Ed Ram's birthday. Hum. And for good measure, let's make sure we all raise a glass of Men's Room IPA or 20th anniversary lager to the man from West Virginia. When you're there, you're family. And nothing's off the table unless it's under the table. Because you like your eggs Danny Thomas style. Happy double nickels, Miles Montgomery.
Thank you, Jason. Oprah's birthday is today, too.
Oh, do you have Oprah's birthday?
Yeah.
Oh, then happy birthday!
That would be Adam Lambert, the lead singer for Queen, who's also having a birthday.
Who do you think sings more, Adam Lambert, who's actually a singer, or Oprah, who has an ability to say words without singing? Hello,
Oprah's
it's me, Oprah.
She sang more in her life than he has.
Oh, mercy.
I'm a human musical.
Our boy VD had to explain the Danny Thomas style eggs to me.
I don't know that. Can you tell me or no?
Well, I'm going to put it to you this way. You remember when we did the Appy Hour Dirty Big Dummy and there was that question at the very end that usually came from Urban Dictionary?
Yep.
Yeah, Danny Thomas style's in the Urban Dictionary.
All right. So we'll look it up now.
It's not okay. I can't say it over
Danny
there.
Thomas was, I mean, I know the name.
You can look it up, Miles. I'm not going to do it. You go ahead and look
But
it
at
up.
least he got an Urban Dictionary thing.
Just learn how he liked his eggs. Okay, so here's some birthday facts. Steve, do you know what it is?
Yeah,
okay.
I'm laughing. It's writing in eggs. Danny Thomas eggs.
Don't read it out loud. Do not read it out loud, Miles.
gross.
Exactly.
Damn, man, that guy was an American hero.
Jesus.
Okay.
I've heard this reference before.
So here's some fun little birthday facts. Ancient Egyptians were among the first to celebrate birthdays, specifically the pharaohs' coronation days, which they considered their birth as gods.
Really? They started with the pharaohs.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you know?
Pharaohs.
I'm blown away by that.
Yes, you are. Look at that.
Celebrate my date, peasants.
That's right. It's my birthday.
It's also called a glass bottom boat.
Okay, let's not go there.
No, yeah, there is.
I don't know why I keep hearing that reference.
Let's not. The ancient Greeks adopted the Egyptian tradition and added their twist by offering moon-shaped cakes to Artemis, the goddess of the moon, with candles to represent the moonlight.
All right, that's where we get all that stuff from.
That's a fact. Some fun birthday facts.
Do they say if it was a full or a crescent moon-shaped cake?
I'm assuming it's going to be full, but to be fair, I don't know.
All right. I think
When
a crescent moon's more recognizable.
Right,
It
when they
is,
say
because otherwise you
moon-shaped-
made a circle.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, if you do a crescent moon, everyone knows this.
No, it's moon-shaped.
Right.
Moon-shaped.
Romans were the first to celebrate birthdays for the common man, but only men. Women's birthdays were not celebrated until the 12th century.
Are we supposed to be celebrating women's birthdays?
Oh, no.
Damn it.
I'm in so much trouble.
That's why I'm single.
No, we celebrate the month.
That's a good point.
You're not kidding.
Thank you. Thank you. The concept of birthday parties originated in Germany, far away from my house.
Yeah.
Where Kinderfest was held for children with a cake adorned with candles.
And no one smiled.
Yeah, because it was for the kids.
And no one's smiling.
Yeah, this is what I think. We buy your kid a cake and then we get together and drink and get drunk.
Everyone who smiles in Germany is not from Germany.
That's right. They don't even say happy birthday, they just say birthday.
Birthday.
Ja.
Birthday child.
Let's talk tradition.
Kinderfest, invite. Are you inviting me? Ja.
Ja. Kinderfest.
Da.
Birthday traditions around the world. Some fun birthday facts in China. Longevity noodles are eaten on birthday.
I did that the other day, and somebody started. They're like, "They're beautiful." I was like, "It's just the way he says it.
Right, it's just funny. It's not a thing. It's just funny. China. Longevity noodles are eaten on birthdays to symbolize long life. The longer the noodle, the better.
Yeah, that is.
Do you have to eat it in one sitting and like slurp it, or can I take bites of it?
How do you want your life to be, Ted?
I'll slurp the long one.
Okay, I knew it.
Just take the long punishment.
Take it all in.
In Mexico, the birthday person often has their face pushed into the cake after blowing out the candles.
That is a cool
I
one.
like it.
My only fear of that is that my eyeballs are going to get pushed into a candle.
Well, keep your glasses
That's
on,
an
man.
irrational fear that I have of my face ending up in a cake.
I would tell you that, but I feel like if I say, Mike, stop being ridiculous, Like 2 years from now, like Mike went blind in his right eye because a candle went into it.
That was a fun party until they blinded Mike.
Not just a picture of me dating a Mexican gal and smash her face in and be like, hey, it's tradition.
Tradition.
She's like, I'm from 7 generations, mother.
Right, I'm from L.A.
In the Denmark, the flag flown outside the birthday person's home is to signify a celebration. Oh, a flag is flown outside. Doesn't say which flag, a flag.
I will say, we got to do the same thing here. Like, I remember if you're a kid or you're taking a kid to a birthday party, you look for the mailbox with the balloons.
Sure. Dude, that's still a thing.
In Jamaica.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. It's much easier.
Oh, let me guess. You get a...
They're covered in flour, yes, by friends and family as a playful tradition.
Covered in flour?
Covered in flour.
Yeah, what you don't know, we're going to bake you, man.
They don't mean the white flour.
Yeah.
Take some.
There's a ton of that down there, man.
Yeah, right.
You think it's marijuana? It's not. It is not.
Oh, boy.
You're white now.
Just listen to Buju Banton, and you go, oh, man.
Oh, heavens.
Or don't.
They're flying. They're flying.
In Mother Russia, instead of cake, birthday pies with greetings carved into the crust are common.
That sounds very Russian. Happy birthday to you.
You fall out window today.
They only push the kids out of the second story window.
We have balloon below to soften.
Let's talk about fun facts about birthday cakes. The tradition of birthday cakes dates back to the ancient Greeks. Oh, we just talked about that. The first birthday cakes, as we know them today, appeared in Germany in the Middle Ages. The number of candles on a birthday cake traditionally represents the age of the person, but in some cultures, an extra candle is added for good luck.
All right.
Kind of the pinch to grow an inch there, as it were.
Do you have the Brazil one on there?
Negative.
It's hairless.
I want to say, Jesus. I want to say in Brazil, it's like tradition that you, it might not be Brazil, but like when you, if Miles' birthday, he cuts the cake, and then whoever he gives the first slice to is like his favorite person of the party or whatever.
Oh, just give me the hottest chick there.
I don't want doggone politics on my birthday.
Me neither.
Find the hot. It only sucks if it's a sausage.
How come you didn't give your grandma the piece of cake that you cut?
Because I don't want to sleep with grandma.
Well, I can just imagine siblings. It's like you've given your brother 20 years in a row. Yeah? Yeah.
Yeah, you still suck. I still like him.
My other siblings suck. I hate them.
You gave it to the dog?
The song Happy Birthday to You was composed by two American sisters, Patty and Mildred Hill.
Happy birthday to you.
So do they live high on the hill because of this?
Birthday, dear
Yeah. Like if I sing the national anthem at a sporting event, right? Whoever wrote the Francis Scott Key?
Yeah.
Correct.
Does his family get royalties every time that song is sung?
No.
I don't remember. Did it hit the, right, because for a while, it was
think
actually copyrighted. So technically, every time you sing it, you're breaking the law, right?
Yeah.
They aren't going to pursue it. But I want to say it either lost its licensing a couple of years ago or it's still
Seriously.
technically illegal.
Chi-Chi's has a birthday song that we sing because they are not legally allowed to sing that song without paying royalties.
Yeah, that's why they made the
that is
Chi-Chi song. That's
the
why
entire
they
reason.
sang it the way they
You
did.
can't sing that in public without paying them.
Because you got to pay Patty and Mildred Hill.
The happy birthday people, yeah.
So all the money inadvertently goes to Steve. The Hill family.
I am raking it in,
Patty
man.
and Mildred Hill. Raking in that birthday money.
Mildred Hill.
Birthday superstitions. In some cultures, it is considered bad luck to celebrate a birthday before the actual date.
Well, yeah, it's not your birthday.
Well, what about the 29th? If you celebrate it on the 28th, that's bad luck, man.
Then do it March 1st.
That's where I was going to go.
Yeah, that's it, man.
I think I told somebody on the night of the 23rd, like, yeah, my birthday is tomorrow.
Okay.
I didn't say it's my birthday.
But you're not,
you're not celebrating.
But you can still buy me a drink.
Basically, yes.
Right. They're celebrating my birthday.
Right, the bartender said, happy birthday when he looked at my ID. And I said, wow, it is tomorrow. I'll take that free cocktail.
Boom.
Blowing out all the candles on a birthday cake in one breath is believed to make a wish come true. That was the whole goal.
No.
It gets tougher the older you get. There's just so many damn candles.
And your lungs get
It's well
weaker.
like the two numbers.
It
always
gets
two
to the
numbers.
point when you get the two numbers on your cake, you are old.
And then the problem is that, you know, you get that grandma that's 90 years old and somebody's going to be funny and put all the candles on there. Right. Like, what are we doing?
Either she's going to die of emphysema or the cake's going to burn.
Either way, you're eating wax. You're not eating cake.
And then I'm just going to leave you with this one. The last little fun birthday fact, and it's in the realm of birthday superstition. We go back to Germany. If you're single and turn 30, you might have to sweep the steps of the town hall until you kiss someone of the opposite sex.
All right. I'd do that.
Help me, I want to quit sweeping. A man was caught speeding 130 miles an hour on the interstate, but he's got a good reason, Miles.
What was that excuse?
Tell you all about it at 5:50.
Thank you, sir. Headlines are coming up at 5:50. In the meantime, have we made it to drinking time?
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the men's room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Good time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk and Stephen Throwhill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. And today we toast the Johnstown Flood Museum in downtown Johnstown, Pennsylvania. If you don't know, the Johnstown Flood Museum, it's an exhibition dedicated to preserving the memory of the Johnstown flood of July 1977. That's when the flood struck 136 communities in 8 different counties. It killed 76 people, injured another 2,700. The museum, it has now been closed indefinitely because of flooding. Apparently, a valve failed on the 3rd floor, gravity being what it is. All the water dropped down, and so drywall needs to be replaced, the ceiling needs to be replaced, the carpeting needs to be replaced, the floor needs to be replaced. Believe it or not, the artifacts themselves actually survived, probably because they've been there,
They've been
done
through
that.
it. That was the first tragedy that I remember in my lifetime.
Right, and you were what, 7
I
years
was
old?
7 years old, and that was because of proximity to West Virginia and the flooding in West Virginia. And there was also that same storm caused the flood, which flooded my grandparents' home. So we all knew that it wasn't as bad as Johnstown.
Right, Johnstown, that was kind of the epicenter.
Because it was just, because everyone else was like, this is horrible. Like, we're not there.
And they have a flood museum.
Well, and
Right, it closed because of flooding.
They've had famous ones, like 36, 77.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, sounds bad, but you're right. I guess those artifacts are just kind of, they're like, yeah, all right.
Yeah, we're fine. We're fine. But yeah, everything about the structure itself needs to be replaced. Closed indefinitely. The Flood Museum.
Yay.
Closed because it's flooded. So we pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy.
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola bichola.
Let's get a contestant on the line for Profile This now. 206-803-ROCK. Profile This is next.
Presented by T-Mobile, the official wireless partner of Odyssey Sports. With an awesome network and great savings, there's never been a better time to join T-Mobile. Visit your neighborhood store to make the switch today.
Hey, I'm Ben Stiller.
I'm Adam Scott.
And we make a TV show called Severance. On January 17th, Severance is back for season 2 on Apple TV+, and we can't wait for you guys to see it.
And before the premiere, Ben and I are going to be binging season 1 and putting out daily recap podcasts.
Yep. Each weekday beginning January 7th, we'll be dropping an episode featuring exclusive behind-the-scenes tidbits and brilliant insights from our cast and crew and us.
Patricia Arquette, Britt Lauer, Zach Cherry, John Turturro, the list goes on.
All your favorite Lumen employees, their friends, families, enemies, in your feed every single weekday.
And here's the best part. After that, we're going to keep going. Tune in weekly as we recap every episode of Season 2. The podcast drops on the same day the episode comes out.
It's the Severance Podcast with Ben and Adam.
On Apple Podcasts, the Odyssey app, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Dreaming of a 6-night getaway to paradise? Escape to the islands of Tahiti and Moorea with Air Tahiti Nui, the world's most immersive travel experience. This all-inclusive vacation package is designed to take you to a tropical haven, starting with nonstop flights from Los Angeles or Seattle to Tahiti. From the vibrant cabins to the warmth of our Polynesian crew, you will be transported to Tahiti from the moment you step on board. Your package includes luxurious hotel stays, ensuring that your experience is as comfortable as it is enchanting. Start each day with a delicious Polynesian breakfast. Enjoy exciting excursions that showcase the beauty and culture of the islands, and take advantage of convenient transfers that make your trip seamless from start to finish. All of this begins at just $26.95 per person. Whether you're looking to explore crystal clear waters, unwind on pristine beaches, or immerse yourself in rich Polynesian culture, Tahiti and Moorea offer endless possibilities for both adventure and relaxation. Call 1-877-468-2448 now to book your Tahiti and Moorea escape.
Lovers wants to know, ever forget Valentine's Day in the past? Need to make up for it? Do it and them right this time with the perfect pleasure present from Lovers Stores. Whether you're looking for spicy toys, alluring lingerie, or exciting accessories, Lovers has it all. Save 20% when you mention Unforgettable at one of our 18 Western Washington locations. Offer valid with free Lovers Afterglow Rewards membership until February 28th. Some exclusions apply.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith. When that pipe starts to trickle and you're in a real pickle, call Pinky. When that burst pipe starts to smell ripe, call Pinky. When your water heater's shot and it won't get hot, call Pinky. When you get home to a flood, call your best bud. Pinky's Plumbing to the rescue. No job is too big or too small. Pinky's does it all. So when your plumbing backs up and things get stinky, call Pinky's. Pinky'sPlumbing.com.
Hey, what's the easiest way to find out what channel the game's on? Sports on What? Subscribe to the Sports on What app and quickly find the channel for every provider, satellite, cable, or streaming. Sports on What knows the channel the game is on, and you can too. Download today.
The Men's Room presents Profile This.
Hey, Steven Hill, could you please tell everyone how Profile This is played?
Oh, I sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story, something that happened right here on planet Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes a story a story. Hello, Brock. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola, bitches.
Hola. All right, Brock the Rock, you understand how this here game is played?
I do.
Fantastic. You have your choice of one of three stories today. We have interior decorating, where you guess the foreign object that ended up on the inside of someone. Animalize This, where you guess the animal responsible for causing the problem. And finally, Seriously, where you guess the petty conflict that led to extreme violence.
I'm going to go with the extreme violence.
A 52-year-old man named Mark Rohr. He was at a wedding at a country club last Saturday, and he was waiting in line for some food. Now, a man in front of him let his young daughter and another girl join him in line, and Mark was furious because they were, quote-unquote, cutting in front of him. So Mark started shouting at the other man, while the other man ignored him. But Mark didn't stop there. Oh, no. He walked over to the man and hit him on the head with the plate. The plate shattered, and that started a scuffle with multiple guests. Now, someone called police, and Mark was arrested and charged with aggravated battery with a deadly weapon because plates, as you know, are deadly weapons in addition to being a very convenient place to put food. Now, for the record, this was a dry wedding, so Mark wasn't even drunk. He was just really excited. Right. Take the drunk thing out of it. That's not part of it. My man is not cool with two little girls cutting in front of him in line. Anyway, the question is, what food was he waiting in line for? What is so good that you smash a father over the head with a plate because he let his daughter and her friend get in line? Was it prime rib, shrimp cocktail, the chocolate fountain, or the baked potato bar? So prime rib, shrimp cocktail, the chocolate fountain, or the baked potato bar. Why did this man smash and break a plate over a father's head because he let his daughter, quote-unquote, cut in line?
So I'm thinking like Ted might think the fountain of chocolate. I'm just guessing, Ted.
I mean, you're not wrong, but I feel like that's a smaller plate, which would be harder to break. You know what I mean?
You're not wrong. I was like, where your head
You're
goes.
just dipping a few things in there. It's a dessert plate as opposed to a real plate for prime rib, shrimp, or a baked potato.
So
I
the
never would have
shrimp
thought
plate, though, the shrimp plate would be really small, though. So
Either way, you're breaking a plate
Well,
over
keep in
someone's head.
mind,
I get
if you're going for the shrimp cocktail, you probably still have a big plate because it's still just part of dinner. You're going to put other things on there, but he very specifically wanted something.
Brock, because for whatever reason, I'm going to go the shrimp cocktail line.
Ted, what are you guessing?
Man, I'm torn because letting two kids butt in line would say sweets. I don't know. I think this guy's just got a serious issue. I think it's just the baked potato bar.
Baked potato for Ted. All right, Brock, what are you thinking?
I like that. I'm still going with the chocolate fountain.
Okay. What were they waiting in line for? Prime rib, shrimp cocktail, the chocolate fountain, or the baked potato bar? We'll find out next.
That was a tease. Hiring is a lonely business. Posting jobs, sifting through resumes, interviews with unqualified applicants, being ghosted. What if you could link with dozens of qualified candidates who are ready to work right now with just one connection? That's Express Employment Professionals. Find us at expresspros.com. One connection, the workforce you need. Problem solved. Express Employment Professionals. expresspros.com.
What is Dax, are you?
Tracking all our cars on Carvana Value Tracker on all our devices? Yes, Kristen, yes, I am.
Well, I've been looking for my phone for...
In Dax's domain, we see all. So we always know what our cars are worth.
All of them?
All of them. Value surge, trucks up 3.9%.
That's a great offer.
I know. Sell?
Sell.
Track your car's value with Carvana Value Tracker today.
Is your team at work feeling a little disconnected? Maybe the workflow's not flowing? Try Confluence by Atlassian. Confluence is the connected workspace where teams can create, organize, and deliver work like never before. In Confluence, teams can whiteboard their vision for any project, easily create or access the relevant pages and resources they need, and discover important context they might not even know they need. Plus, AI helps teams jumpstart brainstorms, organize information, and connect workflows, so teams can move efficiently and create alignment with ease. In fact, with Confluence, teams can see 5.2% average boost in productivity in 1 year. So if your team lacks confidence, try Confluence, the connected workspace where teams can do it all. Set knowledge free with Confluence. Learn more at Atlassian.com/confluence. That's ATLASSIAN.com/CONFLUENCE.
Return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Our category is seriously on profile. This, we got a 52-year-old man. He's at a wedding. He's waiting in line for food. The man in front of him is obviously holding space, I guess, maybe for his two daughters. Or
Well, no, the space. It's just he was in line. His daughter and his daughter's friend, young girls, they came over and he said, yeah, just get in front of me. Right? I mean, literally, just the most innocent of, girls.
Also a dry wedding.
Not a drop of alcohol.
And the 52-year-old man, because of this, took his plate and hit it over the head of this guy.
That is correct.
So the question is, what were they in line for? Prime rib, shrimp cocktail, the chocolate fountain, or the baked potato bar?
And Brock, that's the question we posed to you. And I don't say this.
No.
Well, no, listen, man. One thing I would tell anyone who's listening, keep in mind, the guys on the show do not know what the answer is. But Ted has this weird mind that somehow is correct when you really take the weight of things. And Ted said, look, man, if it's the chocolate fountain, the plate is going to be smaller because the dessert plate is smaller than the dinner plate, harder to break over someone's head. Ted is correct. You were not. And Ted made a good point. I never thought about it, but I'm like, he makes a good point, but I'm going to keep that in mind next time I come up with clues.
Oh, you can't outthink this brain.
Which is terrifying. Miles, you went with the shrimp cocktail, which, frankly,
sure,
if I'm going to bust a plate over a man's head because I'm trying to get some of that good grub, bro, that is going to be it. However, it was not the shrimp cocktail. And Ted, you made what I estimate to be the smartest decision. It's not just a baked potato bar, but there's chives, bacon, sour cream, bacon bits. There's cheddar cheese, butter. Like everything you could want, even if you don't want the baked potato. However, all about the prime rib, baby.
Prime rib.
The prime rib. My man smashed a plate over a father's head at a dry wedding because the man let his daughter, his young daughter, and her friend, quote unquote, cut in line in front of him.
I thoroughly got cursed out once at a wedding because I took the end piece of a prime rib.
Ooh.
It was
They shouldn't give that away.
It was you that cursed me out, Miles.
It was It should be divided up.
Are you serious?
You should have like a bite or two.
Him.
I know whose wedding it was.
I know because I was going to ask for it.
Bless you, Mike.
I know. It was a Jeets wedding.
Man, I was pissed. I was at a wedding and there's a couple of pieces of salmon left.
It was delicious.
I know.
I don't love cooked salmon. Like smoked salmon, raw salmon, whatever. I don't like it cooked. So there's a couple of pieces of salmon. one piece of really good-looking grilled chicken left. And the way the table was set up, there was a girl who's maybe 7 years old on the other side. And we're going through the line, so we're kind of approaching each other. And her dad mentioned something about the salmon. I'm like, yes, because I have no problem taking the last piece of anything if you're an adult. And she's like, I don't want the salmon. And we met eyes, man. And she wanted that piece of chicken, and I'm just like, God damn it. Mm-hmm. I was like, no, you go ahead and take it. And then she did. It wasn't like, no, you take it, because I would have. She was just like, okay, thank you.
Oh,
and they
by
had
the way,
dry-ass salmon, man.
By the way, Ryan Castle's wife, Meg Griffin from Family Guy.
Jesus.
She took a 2-inch thick cut piece of
I've
prime
never
rib.
seen her eat
She
that much food.
ate that thing in 35 seconds. I have never seen anyone
I
have
even commented
a
to her.
bigger piece of meat, of prime rib. I mean, it was gone.
Oh, I asked her. I said, does Ryan have you like tied up in a closet, man? I've just never seen you devour that much meat in one sitting.
Now, for all TV news all the time for TV Time with Ted.
Oh, heavens, I know what happened. Hang on.
Countless hours. And now, because your pathetic life
Smooth
is
as butter.
confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
All right, your choices today. You got the Jimmy,
Fallon and Kimmel,
Stephen Colbert,
okay,
Seth Meyers, Writers, or Smith.
Is it Ted or is it late night?
That's right, the title. Those guys have teams and talents. The writer and something come up with their monologues each and every night. It is up to you to determine, is this an actual late night joke and from whom, or could it be a The Ted Smith original?
A man in Colorado was shocked when he found his fried chicken from Whole Foods was raw in the middle. Whole Foods has responded by saying its chicken is part of its Eat Raw movement for the new year.
Writers?
Fallon.
Smith.
Damn it. Did you see the picture of that?
I know, it's so disappointing.
God, it's gross, man.
He's all right. He'll be fine, but Jesus, man. Sorry, I just like fried chicken. On
Me
Sunday,
too. And it should be cooked.
on Sunday, the AFC Championship game was one of the most watched NFL games all year. Almost 60 million people turned into the game on CBS, and they all had the same thought. How many Matthew McConaughey commercials can there be?
Ted Smith.
Fallon.
Sunday's AFC Championship between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills was one of the most watched NFL games of all time. Yeah, almost 60 million people tuned in for the game on CBS. And they all had the same thought. How many Matthew McConaughey commercials can there be?
I like his Uber Eats commercials, man.
Oh, they're great.
Yeah.
What's the Mike Ditka one? Have you seen that one yet?
I don't know if I've seen the dick
I
already.
didn't watch it because I didn't want to, like a spoiler alert.
No, McConaughey's been running these food stuff all year.
Okay.
It's all employed to buy food, man.
More young people are abstaining from the nasty because they say celibacy creates a headspace to focus on themselves. Okay. Pro tip, if you have a celibate roommate, make sure to knock before entering in case they are furiously focusing on themselves.
Colbert.
More young people are abstaining from the nasty because they say celibacy creates the headspace to focus on themselves. Okay, pro tip, if you have a celibate roommate, be sure to knock before entering their room in case they're furiously focusing on themselves.
Do with the nasty. Costco is switching their fountain soda drinks from Pepsi to Coke products, but they've assured customers that their hot dogs will still be made from whatever meat $1.50 could buy.
Colbert.
Writers.
Myers.
Costco will be switching their food court soda fountains from Pepsi to Coca-Cola, but they assured customers that their hot dogs would still be made from whatever meat $1.50 can buy you.
There have been new reports of mysterious drone activity over New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Virginia, Delaware. You know what I think the drones are? Divorced dads doing the only hobby they have left.
God, I hope that's you. Fallon.
Kibble.
There have been new reports of more mysterious drone activity over New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Virginia, Delaware. You know what I think the drones are? I'll tell you what they're. Divorced dads enjoying the only hobby they have left.
Before I get into what I watched last night, I watched a new series. Wanted to mention, we've been here 20 years. We've had, 4,000 show anniversary. So take out the pandemic because we didn't count them. But the podcast today put out episode 400.
Oh, hell Hell yeah. And that's weekly. So it's one a week.
Correct. Which
so-
doesn't sound crazy, but I mean, we and through the pandemic, we had to hop on Zoom.
What did you guys do?
We stuck with it.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Well, Matt had a very hoppy water drink.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, hop water.
Oh, okay. Not actual alcohol.
I think Cobb had one half of a seltzer, and I drank some champagne.
All right.
Those guys know how to party.
Wow.
That is what I'm getting at.
So we're happy we weren't invited.
I mean, it's just them in their living rooms and me, like at my little countertop doing it. So yeah.
Did anyone break a plate over someone's head? Because they were dry as well.
No, it's just one of those things where it's like we do it, and it just, just to check in with two of my good buddies every week. And it's nice to hear people. I mean, we were talking about, we've had listeners. We had one guy years ago that just said, hey, because of the year of the hustle, I'm going to start doing jiu-jitsu. And then I ran into him at one of our events this spring, and he's been training. I almost want to say, I think he has a black belt now, and like trains at the gym.
Hey, man,
Just
good
that's
for
what he
you
does.
guys, and congratulations on
That's
that.
awesome.
Because one thing about doing stuff like that, it's something you do because you're passionate about it, right?
Correct.
You don't really give it a lot of thought. Then someone goes, dude, this is your
It's also
400th
cool
one, and you kind of go, holy crap, guys.
It's also cool to talk to your friends and, make it a thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sounds familiar.
All right, now the show I watched after that, because I was in a good mood, my tailgate thread was all fired up about American Primeval. So
You
saying
said
that
you were
right?
in a good
Primeval.
Primeval, yeah.
Yeah. That's why that's kind of the weird thing. I was in a good mood, but I wanted to watch this show.
Did you want to take it down a notch?
Wow. Okay. So this show is set during 1857 in the Utah War.
All right.
Which I know a lot of history. I was not familiar with that one.
I was going to ask.
But basically, you have violent clashes between the Mormons, the armies out there, and then you just have you also have natives who are obviously pissed because the white man's taken their land, and it's insanity.
Well, the Mormons at that point, I guess, had been driven out of Utah, right? I'm sorry,
No, out of Ohio.
Ohio.
Correct. So they're in Utah, and I want to say Brigham Young is the governor of the Utah Territory.
Yeah.
But the Mormons at this point, now listen, obviously the Mormon church is not super pumped about this show, but these Mormons are basically like, you guys can't stay here. And they're like, we're just past it, we'll be gone. And they're like, no. You drove us out everywhere. This is our area. And then things go bad for that camp. Historically, it did get burned down, right? Yeah. But obviously the Church of Latter-day Saints has some other, they're like, this is not historically accurate. So, I mean, seems pretty historically accurate. But I will just tell you this. If you like history, it is a very good show. I watched 2 episodes, but it is graphic and violent. That first episode is a doozy. There's some things that go on I don't even want to repeat.
It's like going to see the Osmonds.
Yeah.
Just like
in Vegas.
Yeah. But, good show. Again, kind of historic if you're into that kind of stuff. If not, I wouldn't recommend it. But also, I got to give a shout out to Peter Berg. I always forget about him. You might know him as an actor. He's really a big director these days. Do you guys know Peter Berg?
I know
as
the
far as
name, but I
narration,
couldn't tell you.
If you saw him, if you Google him right now, you'll recognize a picture of him. I remember him from this kind of goofy skiing movie way back in the day. But, he produced Friday Night Lights.
All right.
He's produced a bunch of stuff. And it's funny, as soon as he shows up as one of the cowboys, I'm like, oh, he's got to be directing it and producing it, which he is.
Okay.
So, but I just realized over the years that, that guy does a lot of work I like. But it's a lot of more TV shows and everything else. It's just, I don't know, just credit to him. I always forget him. As soon as I saw him, I was like, oh, I'm going to love this show. So.
And he delivered again.
He did. It's awesome.
All
Plus, actually, last night we talked a lot about Cowboy Ted and wearing my cowboy hat, how it's so much different. And then, I was 10 minutes in that show. I was like, I don't want to be a cowboy anymore. It's really bad.
Still thinking about buying the boots.
I got to get the boots, Miles.
I know.
We've almost finished off the look, so I'm gonna get some boots. It's gonna be a whole scene.
It's not going to be cheap.
They're not.
If you buy them, buy good ones. Go all in. Because, they're lifers.
They are. I got to go buy some too that are made for the old wide foot. I don't think you're going to be catching me in a pair of birds.
There's some used boot stores where they're already broken in. Take them to a cobbler, get them redone, and they're already kind of got that wideness to them.
Yeah. But it's a good look, and it makes me a little bit taller.
Oh yeah.
Now I got to learn how to rope and ride.
Mm-hmm. Then put lifts in there, and you lean forward. All
right. Spoiler alert. All right. Spoiler alert. There's a new documentary that aired at the Sundance Film Festival called Pee-wee as Himself.
Ooh.
Features interviews with Paul Rubens, who died in 2023. Guys, he was gay.
Yeah.
Wow, shocking.
All right, well, hey, I gave the spoiler alert.
I really want to watch this.
Actually, I'm pretty interested in as well as this one. He says, look, when he started his career, he was out of the closet, right? He said, I was out of the closet, and then I went back into the closet. I wasn't pursuing Paul Rubens' career. I was pursuing Pee Wee Herman's career. My career would have absolutely suffered if I was openly gay, but over the course of my career, Rubens said, quote, he had many, many secret relationships. And he also said, like, you know, I hid behind an alter ego. I spent my entire adult life hiding. I was a huge weed head as well.
Mm-hmm. He was in Nice Dreams, Cheech and Chong.
Yeah.
So one of his boyfriends, I was reading this, curious, he kind of ripped off a lot of his stuff to be Pee Wee Herman instead of Paul Rubens. But he also played that his first experiment was Nice Dreams, using his buddy who he was dating's kind of mannerisms. So that whole thing like, hamburger,
right?
Bruce Springsteen. That was all based on some guy that he was going out with. And then that evolved into Pee Wee Herman, which to me is, you know, crazy.
It is.
He kind of mimicked his boyfriend and then ended up like using him.
I would think that most actors and actresses are hiding with some BS persona, right? The difference with him is it's a specific character. But like, you take someone like Jennifer Aniston, right? Nothing wrong with her, but when she was Rachel, she's America's darling. So every interview she did, she was very cool, very nice, she was everything you're supposed to be. Then she does something like Meet the Millers, and she opened up a little bit. Right. You go like, oh, okay.
But that goes on the extreme, where Pee Wee Herman,
right,
he had to go back into a little cage because
he's a character.
He's doing children's shows.
Right.
So now all that stuff.
Right, he can't.
You can't do anything.
You can't do any of that
Right.
stuff.
And when he got busted in a movie theater doing his stuff, he was watching gay porn.
They never brought it up.
They did not bring that aspect up. But that was the most thing. He was like, look, I did what I did. Just don't let anyone know that I did this in a gay theater.
Correct. Yeah, and I've watched the whole story on that, too. And basically, those cops would go in there. Everybody knew what they were doing, but they go in there at the end of the month to get their arrest up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, kind of sad story. Look, I feel bad for anybody that's gay and has to hide in the closet.
Yeah, come on, man.
Right? I mean,
you.
That would, that certainly wouldn't be exciting to watch at all. Let's see. If you're into, again, I'm into all this kind of stuff. American Manhunt, O.J. Simpson. That's coming out today on Netflix. It's a limited series.
I know where he's at now.
What happens? You going to tell people?
Spoiler alert. I got to watch it. I don't know what happens.
Thank you, Ted. We appreciate you listening to the Men's Room.
Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. Man going over 135 tells officers he was speeding home to spend time with his cat.
Meow, meow.
Meanwhile, an Ohio man who bought a street for $5,000 said the city would like to have a chat. Thanks to the Holy Bible, Virginia woman wins $1 million cash. A woman who tried a tanning trick watches her face turn to ash. And a woman is prosecuted because of her farts. It is time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my car.
All right, our top story. We go to Connecticut, where they're good pet owners over there. A man was clocked by police as he barreled down the interstate at an excessive speed of 130 miles an hour. Officers gave chase and were eventually able to stop the driver without incident and conduct business normally. Speeding is nothing new for police officers, but the man had an opportunity to explain his deadly speed, and to give him credit, he did answer honestly. He was hurrying home to be with his cat.
Do you think that's honest?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because sometimes people are weird like that. I think he... Honestly, I'm giving... You know me, I'm the guy that gives people the benefit of the doubt.
Sure,
so I think this guy is just done. It is midnight. I want to be freaking home with my cat, just not thinking about nothing.
I guess I'd have to see him.
Here's the thing. Unfortunately for our man, he was also showing signs of impairment in addition to his criminal speed and managed to fail field sobriety tests, meaning he was arrested and his cat would be without his company for a little while longer.
Now I believe him.
Right.
You'd have to be drunk to make that statement.
Exactly. I just want to get home to my cat.
Okay, buddy.
I just miss him. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. In other news, over to the UK, where they've had the first in court. We covered this earlier today. A young woman was arrested and appeared before a court magistrate for harassing another woman over the phone. The story goes that she sent the woman a video featuring her smiling at the camera before lowering it to her posterior. And yep, you guessed it there. She broke wind right there for her victim to hear. But it didn't stop her there. She proceeded to send the woman videos of her flatulence 4 more times over the course of a few days.
I will say, given that Thrill gave us the dates and stuff, it's Boxing Day to New Year's, but she probably was wasted the entire time.
Oh, yeah. She was just
that's the day after Christmas.
The reason why, it's her boyfriend's ex, and she didn't feel like she was being fair about the child that the two remained connected by. These repeated offenses were enough to get the woman arrested, and she was given several orders to make amends for the incident. Doing payouts, she's doing therapy classes and whatnot.
Therapy. I thought it was funny. What do you...
Right. And I get it. When you're on the receiving end of it, you don't know when it's going to stop. The first one's okay, that's a little classless, whatever. But then the next day, it's like, really? Again? Third day? Again? Fourth day? What are we doing?
Yeah.
You know, how long are we going to go with this here?
I get both sides.
At this point, you're just a low-grade terrorist. We go to the UK, where we once again learn that the word hack is more of an adjective for the one giving the advice. A woman went to TikTok to warn her followers of the dangers that may not have been known concerning tanning beds.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys don't know this. Those things could be dangerous. Her friend had given her a quote-unquote hack that would get a much better tan if she were to lay in the bed backward, putting her head where her feet are supposed to be and vice versa. The whole thing is you'll get a much better tan on your face. I don't know why they would say this. I don't know why she would believe it.
Oh, I do,
but
because
she
she's
did.
stupid.
Yeah.
Well, in theory, though, the bed... It's just a bed. Why would it make a difference where you are?
I think there are some of them that are different that actually do have a no. Put your head here. Put your feet
okay.
here.
All right.
She went her normal 20 minutes in the bed and went home, not feeling any different. I know, right?
You saw her?
No, but 20 minutes is a long time.
Now, she normally does 20 minutes, and she does totally, like, for years, she's done 20 minutes. I'm with you, Ted. I do 5 minutes, and I'm concerned that I might have fried myself.
Correct.
So, like, no. Anyway, she went home not feeling any real difference. She didn't even know if she got a real good tan until hours later, her face started turning red, and she experienced swelling and tightness all over her body. She says, picture when you smile, you feel the tightness in your skin, and sometimes it'll start to crack there. That's what she felt. She made her way to the hospital where doctors had to cut the rings off of her fingers due to the inflammation. Her fingers swelled up so bad, they had to cut 4 rings off of her fingers, and they said, same thing as we always hear. Man, if you had gotten here 20 minutes later, you'd have lost those doggone fingers.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see here. They began the treatment of the skin of her face as well, which had begun to blister, crack, and peel. It is up there online if you want to see it. It does not look good. This was the time that she was informed that there's different types of lights and tubes in a tanning bed, with the ones at the face and head, designed to be less intense as to protect the vital pieces of the human puzzle, meaning your face and your head.
That someone took time to research this.
She then took to the internet to share her newfound wisdom. Glad that she was also told that her skin would recover as well.
Okay.
Your friend tells you what to do in a tanning bed. Tell them to keep their advice to themselves.
I wonder why that is. Just flipping around while the lights are brighter at your feet than your head.
You know what, Miles? I don't.
I just figured all the bulbs are the same. It doesn't make sense.
I think Mike is right. Maybe they've updated. We did it for a month or two, but there was no difference.
And I had been in it before too, and it didn't feel like there was any different. It was just like I said, it's just a sheet of glass. It's not like there was a pillow on the end that your head was supposed to be.
No, correct.
So I think they've designed it to where, the face and the head is less intense.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's necessarily
right.
turn up the feet. I think it's turn down the face.
Dude, it's been so long. If I went and
face.
if I went and did it right now, I bet I'd max out at 4 minutes.
Sounds like my dating life.
Without getting burned.
Yeah, 4 minutes. I'd be wondering why I did this to myself. It just burns later on too. After a while, it's just like, God, why am I hot? But just in case those stories left a bad taste in your mouth,
thankfully, there's good news.
We go to Virginia, where the Lord giveth. A woman went to her local deli market one day and caught the little gambling bug, and she went when she saw the lotto machine and bought herself a ticket. She went home and stored the ticket in the safest of places, ultimately ignoring it altogether, not really believing that she would be the big winner. But one day after the drawing, she saw that they pinged a $1 million ticket winner that was sold in her town, and wondered if it could possibly be her. So she went to where she stowed the ticket, the Bible that she had on her bedside table, and pulled out the ticket to find that she did indeed win the $1 million.
Nice.
She did not reveal any potential plans that she had with her winnings there. So good on you. Well done there. Bedroom Sports. Brought to you by the fine folks at Sports on What. After losing here at home to the Anaheim Ducks last night, your Seattle Kraken have made a move, placing goaltender Philip Grubauer on waivers with the intent of sending him down to Coachella Valley to play for the Firebirds.
Wow.
Yeah, they put him on the waiver wire. So they're hoping that he clears waivers to send him down to Coachella Valley. but his numbers have been slipping. He quickly kind of became the second goaltender for us. Joey Decord was really the dependable one in there. He went out on injury, and we went on a bad streak there. So it does not look good for the future of...
it's been a rough year for the Kraken.
Yeah, yes it has. As far as what you're going to watch tonight, you got college and NBA basketball and some NHL hockey on as well. And if you want to find where to watch those, I suggest you download the Sports on What app. It'll tell you what channel and what time those fine sports are going to be on. As far as your weather, clouds are moving in tonight, and they're going to be staying for a little while. Temperatures are dropping to a low of 34 tonight to bring in tomorrow, where we can expect cloudy skies and a high right around 45. That is it for your headlines. With that, Mike Hawkins.
Next time, Big Dummy, the head chef, is back with Ted's Meat and Potatoes.
Yes, indeed, it's all true, but in the meantime, well, we be all about this bitch. But before we leave, my daughter specifically wanted me to tell you that she says hello. And until then, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network. Oh, man! A Double Flush production.
Plug in a Hyundai EV and the extraordinary happens. From the charge time and range in the Ioniq 5 and 6 to the adventurous spirit of the Kona Electric to the 601 horsepower Ioniq 5N. Hyundai EVs make the extraordinary electrifying. There's joy in every journey.
EPA estimated 303-mile driving range for 2024 Ioniq 5 SE SEL limited rear-wheel drive and 361-mile driving range for 2024 Ioniq 6 SE long-range rear-wheel drive with fully charged battery. Actual range may vary. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
This podcast is brought to you by Kleenex Lotion Tissues. You can't predict sick days, but with Kleenex Lotion Tissues, you can be better prepared for them while helping keep your skin healthy. Whether it's a surprise sneeze or a stuffy nose, it's always good to have something gentle on hand. Kleenex Lotion Tissues moisturize to help prevent skin irritation while you're battling those unwanted cold and flu symptoms. It's extra care when you need it most. I mean, why not have one less thing to worry about when you're not feeling your best? For whatever happens next, grab Kleenex.
Presented by T-Mobile, the official wireless partner of Odyssey Sports. With an awesome network and great savings, there's never been a better time to join T-Mobile. Visit your neighborhood store to make the switch today.
Hey, I'm Ben Stiller.
I'm Adam Scott.
And we make a TV show called Severance. On January 17th, Severance is back for season 2 on Apple TV+, and we can't wait for you guys to see it.
And before the premiere, Ben and I are going to be binging season 1 and putting out daily recap podcasts.
Yep. Each weekday beginning January 7th, we'll be dropping an episode featuring exclusive behind-the-scenes tidbits and brilliant insights from our cast and crew and us.
Patricia Arquette, Britt Lauer, Zach Cherry, John Turturro, the list goes on.
All your favorite Lumen employees, their friends, families, enemies, in your feed every single weekday.
And here's the best part. After that, we're going to keep going. Tune in weekly as we recap every episode of Season 2. The podcast drops on the same day the episode comes out.
It's the Severance Podcast with Ben and Adam.
On Apple Podcasts, the Odyssey app, or wherever you get your podcasts.